thing.
How's your little kitty cat?
Good girl. She's got a assortment of boxes. I just laid them out on the floor, and then she goes over and she's like, which one do I want to jump in round?
All right, well, the dungeon master said we had to play or something.
It's 7 p.m.
All right. All right.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, fine.
One possibly maybe opposed, but she's a woman, so we'll never know.
Sorry, are you trying to tell me what my opinion is?
No, I would never do that, Bailey.
Your opinion is be quiet.
Because women don't have opinions.
Well, none that matter anyway.
Yeah.
Opinions mean responsibility. I'm fine with not having that.
How's Chaos, by the way?
He's okay. He's got a scratch on his eyeball. Resting downstairs. At an hour, I'm going to have to go give him eye drops. But it shouldn't take long.
Well, that gives us an entire hour for dungeons and or doorknobs. There's no need to do a session recap because I already did it like 6 hours ago. 4 hours ago? I don't know. It's a while ago. So instead, we're going to move to this map that I have titled Naked and Afraid.
Both of those are true.
Mm-hmm.
The show is more entertaining than it. Right.
I don't know. I can see things. This is clearly wrong.
Yeah.
It does look wrong. Somebody's got light they shouldn't have.
Yep.
There we go.
I am blind.
When last we ended our session, having briefly overcome the limitations of light restrictions and spellcasting, you are able to send a flare of magic out, illuminating the area around you, revealing a wraith-like creature forming out of this black mist around you. It shrieks and howls and recoils as the light washes over it, and then in the darkness sets out to strike you. We have already rolled the initiative, so it is the top of the round. It is Avalon's turn.
What is there for an artificer to do when they are without anything but to blindly, a human artificer, but to blindly pad along the ground and try and find either a rock or a tree to hug or hide behind?
Now, I think you were successful in finding something rock and or branch-like last time.
Yeah, but I want like a big one that I can hide behind.
Excellent. Feel free to stumble. Roll a d8 if you're randomly looking for something. You can amble to the east.
Game's paused. I can't.
But now you can. Haha, got him.
Movement is set to combat turn, and
Really?
I can't.
I should have a guy that does this.
Combat is not started.
We should turn that off, by the way, the movement change to combat turn.
Yes.
There's too many times that like other tokens need to move on somebody else's turn.
Have I found a tree or a rock?
You stumble into what feels like... I don't know how to describe this. There is a raised bit of earth. It feels fairly steep. You get the idea that you might be in I don't even know what to call it. A trench of some kind.
A ledge.
Yeah.
Alright, I try to hide slightly there. and I just prepare for a dodge, I guess.
You take the dodge action, and it is going to be this creature's turn.
Oh yeah, free action cry.
Granted. On its turn, it sees a shivering person, several other people blindly rolling around. Let's just D5 this shit. Or I could always attack Hunter, like he would deserve it. Moving up against you, attacking your blind, supple, cube-like body. Bior, it is going to target you.
I hate it.
Is this multi-attack? That's what we like to see. The mist condenses into 2 solid slamming attacks. And is your AC without armor better than 17?
No. No, it is not.
You are struck once and then twice. As each attack wraps over you, it feels cold. It leaves your skin hypersensitive, like it's been rubbed raw. And that poison cloud of air just seeps in around you, making the entire experience so much more miserable. Just salt on the wound.
Yeah, this sucks.
Then it is going to be... Wait, do I have something else? Can I enter your lungs?
Ooh.
Fucking
Oh, you have to be
God.
bloodied before I can do that.
I
Okay.
think only with consent.
What the fuck does bloodied mean? Because I have very little health.
That's what I like to hear. Next up,
Was it bloody?
we have
What do you think?
Cyros. It's a 4E thing, yeah.
It's not Cyrus, but you know, you
Coward.
tried.
Wait, is it not? Oh,
Nope.
it is Caller. Caller. You guys both rolled
Right.
an 18.
Definitely not understanding the limitations of the world we are now in. He's going to burn a spell slot. Oh, no, he's not going to burn a spell slot. He's going to burn innate ability to conjure a flaming blade into his hand.
Now, what are the spell components on that?
Right components, because we don't have fucking thingy. Let me check. My spell book.
Oh, just a leaf of sumac.
There's no sumac on me, I'm guessing.
You
What'd
woke
you put in
up
your prison pocket?
without anything. Unless you want to make it canon that you keep things in your prison pocket, your prison wallet.
No, I prefer not to.
Okay. Well,
What about the rest of us? Can we have stored stuff in his prison pocket?
Just the rifle. Hey.
Bailey,
Oh
have
my
an
God.
inspiration.
Damn it, I already have one.
Remember, they do
And
not
I will
stack.
produce flame.
Excellent. Hopefully a spell that doesn't have a strict component requirement.
Be correct.
That's a cantrip. And I will zing it at the beastie.
Brian, you're only rolling one, eh? Like 1d20?
Oh yeah, new computer, so I didn't have it set up.
Oh yeah, how's the new computer?
So far, so good.
Good. All right, you reach out. You have dark vision, so you can see this creature as it blends in and out of the mist that washes over you. You hit. Unless it has 52 AC. Probably not. That is a hit. It suffers, what is that, fire damage? Let's just check out here. Damage
It's like the,
resistances.
The flame sheds bright light in a 10-foot radius, too, so,
It does until I throw it, and then there's no more fire.
yeah. So we should get a flash of, light, right? Like a strobe?
Yeah,
More than a strobe.
here it is.
last for-
And it's gone. Fire
Alright.
washes over it, sending sparks off the creature and into your beard. It suffers 8 fire damage.
I panic scream at the flashlight.
Yeah, it's not the Daft Punk concert you were hoping for.
Nah.
And that
This is the Diddy concert you didn't want.
Oh,
is the end of my turn.
All right.
That's why I'm making it afraid.
On the initiative of 18, Cyros will lunge out into the dark, retch violently, and fall unconscious. You hear the sound of something tearing. And then it is Yamster's turn. You have a different name.
What is
Store.
the sound of somebody tearing or the sound of weird shade thing?
Say that one more time.
Which is closer between those two sounds?
Oh, shade thing.
Okay. I'm going to move in the opposite direction of the shade thing.
All right. You can move north.
I don't know. So I will go north a little bit. I think I can do like that. Oh, there. Do I trip, fall, or stumble into anything?
You brace up against a vertical wall face.
Can I reach the top?
You
We only have
can.
one
It's difficult
entrance.
terrain. It'll take 10 feet of movement.
I will do it. So I would be one more. Ugh. I'll hide behind whatever it was.
It is a vertical rock face, so you climb to the top and find more open land.
Oh, damn. I will lay down.
You go prone.
Will end.
Did you guys ever watch Chappelle Show? You know, like when it was popular, like when I was not growing up, when I was a young man, and there was a Byaw! Don't know if that reference hits home or not, but it is Bjor's turn.
Okay, gotta do that. Well, yeah, just do this. And that is fuck.
It's a max roll.
What do I even fucking do here? Because I can't see this shit. You know what? I'll try to materialize a golden hammer in my hands and just smack him. I saw where he was.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, those probably aren't gonna do it.
That doesn't do it.
And then try again.
So those of you see golden flashes of light as these eldritch hammers that you've seen him use sail off into the distance.
Fuck. Shit. What's that?
Avalyn.
I guess, fuck. It's useless, but she'd grab a rock nearby and try and throw it in the general direction that she saw a spooky thing.
Make an improvised strength check with disadvantage.
Just a strength roll.
Yeah. Oh. Tragically, throwing this into the dark, Bjor, you feel something just whiz by your head.
Okay. Being attacked on multiple sides.
I have sharpshooter to set up.
You can lower the roll more if you would like.
I guess that's all I'm doing. I'm just hiding. I don't know what to do. Got nothing. I'm useless.
Let's see, what does this say? Okay, all right.
How do I enable the dual roll again?
I go settings, figure settings, ready set roll for D&D 5e, and then check always roll multiple dice.
This might mess with your ability to select your token. If it does, let me know. But it is going to move into your space, engulfing you completely. It is then going to strike out at you once and twice more with advantage.
Oh boy. Still dice.
Well, I'm down.
Oh. Well, in that case... it is going to move to a new victim.
Down after the second one, just to be clear.
That's okay. It is going to move to Kalar. No, that's Cyros. Kalar, the one who hit him with the flame. And that is its turn. Kalar, as you start your turn in its space, I need you to make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw, or begin suffocating.
Wait.
Okay, you do not have disadvantage. You are able to avoid the worst effects of the miasma's poison.
All right. The thing is right the fuck on me. Do it like that.
It does succeed, and it's going to have it if I click apply, or is it going to take the full damage?
You
Took
want to
full
try
damage.
click apply half damage to selected token.
Where's that at?
Just under the damage. There's
I see it. All right, let me add 3 back on. So you bring your hands up. It is engulfing you. It's impossible to miss, but unfortunately its form seems too stretched out, too diluted to actually make any meaningful contact with the flames that you're producing. Anything else for you?
Since that is innate spellcasting, like that is something natural, can I still cast a spell or no?
I would say if it's innate spell casting, it doesn't require spell components.
It's only verbal somatic anyway. Like, I was just curious.
Yep, should be fine.
No, I was asking if I could cast another spell, though.
What do you mean another spell? Like a bonus action?
Yeah, like a bonus action spell.
I think you're restricted to the one spell unless it's a
Yeah,
reaction.
that's fine. I figured I would ask. I don't know how to get rid of this template.
Baldur's Gate has spoiled us. Let's do
it was selected. And then you
drawing
should be able to hit
tools.
delete.
Right? No, it's not.
Hunter.
Measurement controls?
Oh, it's Hunter.
You have only missed one round
Hello, hello?
where you've missed only one round where Brian was the only one to do anything. One of the dwarves
Anyway, you
is
can just
down.
stay there for the time being.
Yeah, but I want to know how to fix it so I can fix it in the future.
It should be measurement controls, then select, and then you should be able to click on it and hit delete.
Oh, the problem is I wasn't clicking the token, yeah.
Ah.
I was clicking the
I'm
squares. All right.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, you didn't miss too much, Hunter. I'm just dead.
Cyros, you
Fair.
felt an incredibly intense and painful feeling. It was like every part of your body ripped away from itself. It's describable as though your skin was flayed off you in one swift yank. The pain was so overwhelming that you retched, fell unconscious for a few seconds, and then recovered to the sounds of fighting. And it's yours.
Interesting. I can't see anything.
Yes, this is my favorite part.
Would there be like setting up? Is there like direction I'm at least hearing fighting in?
Yes, nothing is hidden. You know that there is the sounds of combat coming from where Kaller is standing.
All right.
Yeah, I
It's
can't. I can't see anyone else's tokens. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
It's cool
it
if
is.
it
It's
is.
dark.
Yep.
Okay.
Is there any foliage that I hit with my burning hands?
You hit rock faces. Wait, you have dark vision, right?
Yeah. No, I was just wondering if there was like any like leaves on the ground that would produce some kind of.
I see where
Burning.
you're going with this. I like
Uh-huh,
it.
uh-huh.
Roll a D100. It looks like this is mostly dirt and rock where your flames connected, but foliage can move. All right, you sly bitch. In the brief instances where light is cast out from fighting, the trees here are unusual. They look like wooden trees growing up from the earth like you'd expect, but the leaves are interlaced with black feathers that grow from their branches. Some of these feathers have littered the path around you, and a few of them ignite. Give yourself a candle for 1 round.
Damn, that's a candle.
I'm
You
trying
wanna-
to figure out candle.
Just while it's off, right-click on the torch icon and then select candlelight. There's somewhere. Candles.
Keeps going that torch.
That's candle.
That's
That
candle.
was candle.
Oh, is it? All right.
Yeah. Yeah. 5 feet of bright, 5 feet of dim.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Yep.
Cyros, you coming to,
I-
you would see that this creature has enveloped his space. It's yours.
I suppose I would probably stand 15 feet, stand up. I'll move 15 feet towards it. It's probably ethereal, but I feel like I would still try to grab at it. You know, try to grapple it. Basically, it's knowing pretty well it'll fail out of character, but
Make your effort.
I will roll athletics. Not very good.
Your hands pass through the creature. It leaves them raw and sensitive. It's cold, but also humid, and there's nothing to grip. You feel the very slightest bit of substantiality, corporealness, but otherwise there's just nothing there to wrestle with. It is immune to grapple.
Could I use my second attack to attempt to drag him from that space?
Absolutely.
See if I can pull him away from it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'll roll athletics again. Not sure if you want it or not.
I think by raw, you can't actually choose to fail a saving throw, but assuming that he doesn't resist you, you can grapple him and cart him away.
I'm just gonna move him just 5 feet. Just like try to drag him from where he is to like, how do I ping? And like
Hold left.
north of me. Just try to see if we can drag him just like that 5 feet, just pull him out of the square the thing's in.
All right. You pull him free. And if you want to go ahead and move your token. Can you move your token?
Yeah, not
Where are you going?
left 1 square.
All right, let's put you left 1 square. As you pull him free, the creature is going to use its swift advance ability, allowing it to maintain its location when a creature is moved away.
Fair enough. That'll be my go. I got it
Alright.
next turn.
Next up, it's going to be Door.
Alright, so there is very dim light of a candle. What do I see on the floor? Like any twigs, branches that I could use as a weapon?
Oof. Roll a D100.
Ugh.
All right.
Really? Damn it.
At the top of this cliff face, this small cliff face, you do find some branches, twigs, most of them too thin to be a viable weapon. You do find one that's sturdy enough and has a rough, broken point to it. It would be a improvised stabby weapon of any kind.
Okay. Is there any water or liquid near the shade thing that's lit up for like half a second more?
You did not see anything.
All right, I guess I will. Actually, difficult terrain. I can't get to it.
Dropping down is not going to be difficult terrain. It was only climbing up.
Okay.
I will say that you are dropping into the darkness, though. You're going to have to make an athletics check not to fall prone.
Sweet. All right, so my intention is to take stab stick and try to stab the thing. But athletics. Oh boy, here we go.
Don't worry, it's only a 10. I almost said 8. I almost.
Yummy, did you turn off the roll 2 again?
No, I didn't do anything.
You drop over the ledge, but you're not sure when to bend your knees, where to brace for the fall, and you fall prone.
Well, I'm prone.
Only takes half your speed to.
Can I stand up and then just be ready to go in that direction next turn?
Absolutely. You can dash, dodge, or ready an attack, or you can just sit there. Otherwise, it's going to be yours turn.
I'll sit there.
Okay. Now, I've set it to private GM roll. Let's see if this works.
Oh, I'm glad you remembered. Have an inspiration.
Didn't even roll it. Oh, good. Okay.
Doing it. I'm going to use my inspiration this session.
Did everybody see those rolls, or was that private?
It was private.
Nice.
I didn't see anything. I see
Okay.
a question.
Tony, I'm going to use inspiration.
All right. You don't have to.
I know I don't have to, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'll use inspiration here.
All right.
Like, do you want me to just use the second roll, or you want me to roll again?
I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
Is the second roll 20?
Yes,
No,
it is.
Is it?
That's good to know if we're allowed to do that.
Well, that's what I'm trying to decide. Because I let you
I think
choose
that's
to
a
use
bad
inspiration after you roll, but I think,
that's a
usually,
bad precedent to set.
I think
Yeah,
usually that's
I'm
not
fine
as
with
easily
rolling
exploitable as it is when you have two dice rolling at the same time. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
roll a second one.
Okay. And we'll just use the first one.
I think that is the right
You
call.
can use the first one. Yes! Yes, motherfucker! Yes! Sorry.
Okay.
Dang, that's a
so
one.
we are just using
I see that, though.
we're using the first roll then. How do I
All right.
do this?
And it just says it. Your Runehammer has died. I love that.
But I have not, just to be clear.
You have not sensed his dying gasps. But that
I'm
is
still alive.
just very badly burned. Avalon.
Bailey's AFK. She said she was going to more pathetic rock throwing.
Somebody want to roll an athletics? I don't think she has a modifier that's positive. Someone roll a d20. 2 d20s.
And Tony, if you want to, since Bailey's AFK, maybe this is a good moment. I think it's Monk's token bar that stops people from on other turns.
We'll get to it during a break or after the
None of
session.
those together.
Okay.
What was those rolls? That was a 19
19
and a 5. Another rock sails harmlessly through the creature. On its turn, it's going to level 2 attacks, one at Kalar, one at Cyros. I did not target. First one's going to be, it's going to be in the order I said it. So with advantage, that's a 19. With advantage, that's a 20. Oh, not advantage, you have dark vision. So only 18 and 21.
18 is going to hit.
Okay. Got to get used to doing that. So 11 damage towards Kalar and 9 towards your boy Cyros.
Well, he wouldn't be at disadvantage either because of the candle.
Oh, valid point. Forgot about the candle. So just a 10, and a 10 doesn't do it.
Oh yeah.
On the start of your turn.
Actually, a 10 does hit me, I think.
Oh yeah, armor. Fuck yeah.
Fucking make
I'm
us
double
naked.
checking.
I tried,
Yeah.
man. I tried.
I appreciate you, but I do have a negative to Dex, so
Yeah, that'll do it.
yeah, my AC is 10.
All right. So damage as originally believed. It is
9, you
going
said,
to...
right?
Yes, it is going to stay in Kalar's space. I'm going to move it off of you, but it is still hovering in your space and following close to you. Kalar, the light from your burning hands begins to fade. It'll last for the rest of this turn.
Just gonna turn it off.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't forget. It is still its turn though, right?
Oh, sorry. It is yours.
I don't know if we're making it out.
I'm gonna do that.
Legacy.
Now, which
Yeah,
creature... Oh, you have dark vision. Right. Cyrus has dark... Yes, you have dark vision. God, I'm going to get that right
Wake
one
up
day.
the hammer boy.
Oh, thank God.
You take a deep breath in to fill your lungs, and it's all poison.
Tasty. I'm not a real dwarf, so does that hurt?
Yeah, you know, you don't have that poison resistance.
Yeah.
All right, anything else for you, Kalar?
And then for my action,
Hmm.
I gotta bring out the MVP.
Bird, 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 bird.
Bird Nye the science guy.
I'm sorry, is it my turn? I missed that.
Bird turn.
There is a brief flash of light as your bird conjures out of a spark.
Does your bird give torchlight?
Does not.
Fuck.
I looked. Does not.
Worth asking. Worth asking.
All right, anything else for you before we
Gotta
move to the
roll
bird's
initiative
turn?
for that and then move it.
For the bird?
I just gotta get it on the turn order so it can do shit.
Ah,
And if you could just slam that after me, that'd be great.
can I? Where is the bird?
It is the word.
Let's give it a 18. Why does it do this like this? Why can't I just edit it? Why does it make this difficult?
I don't know.
Didn't I do this before?
Yeah, you did. We'll just have it go 115 and call it a day, huh?
I suppose. Cyros. Guess we'll have to do that fix sooner than we thought.
All right. Things still occupying space. I have no items. I
Punch it.
can't see this thing again. I suppose I will attack it with disadvantage. Throw a punch at it.
Cyros! Punch!
Absolutely. Is there an armed attack? No, I'll have to make one of those. I'm just gonna roll dice.
Yeah. If you're proficient with athletics, just throw one of those out there.
Ooh, I am. Attack 1.
Ooh.
All right, you
24.
do connect.
My strength is down currently, so it would be 1 plus 2. So 3.
As your fist sails into the creature, it feels resilient.
Like I'm punching a ghost.
Yeah. It's less effective
To
than
try
you
that
would hope.
again. That's now 1, right? Yeah, critical miss.
And your second feels even less so. Anything else for
I'm
you,
gonna
Cyrus?
shout out to everyone around and say, "So what are we doing here?" And just kind of keep readying myself to try to square up with this creature I now can't see or hit.
Bird.
On its turn, it is going to pull me, Cyros, and Evelyn 15 feet lefterly.
Sorry,
All
let me
right.
end the turn.
It does not have the ability to keep up with that.
Someone in my turn. Cool.
I have a scream.
You are able to successfully bamf away with them.
And it might do some damage. We'll see.
Okay, where is there? Boom. Dexterity saving throw.
It does
Pretty
nothing.
clean. Does it take half
Yeah,
damage?
it's pretty good. I think so, but like, yeah, I guess we'll take the 4, right?
Every point of damage is gonna matter, man.
You have Kevworth targeted, so I'm just gonna hit apply.
Oh
Fuck
shit!
you.
I had you targeted to heal you. All right.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Appreciate
No, it
it
doesn't
less
say
now.
take half. So no, takes nothing.
Tragic. All right. Still a powerful move to get some much needed separation. Anything else from Bird?
That is bird.
All right, we have Yamster.
I've already stood up. I'm gonna guess it's still in the same direction. I hear noises.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go maybe like 20 feet here.
Mm-hmm.
Do I hear any wraith-like noises?
You
next
feel
to
you
me?
could go another 10 feet.
Same direction? Like,
Sorry, just 5 apparently. You are adjacent to the screeching, howling mist.
Alright, I will use my new friend Mr. Stick and try to flail at it.
Make an athletics check. If you're
Maybe there's some
proficient.
of your friends already.
Oh, I'm not proficient with athletics.
So make a strength check, add your proficiency.
Oh, that's not what I...
Oh, are we proficient on our improvised weapons?
Alright.
Oh, valid point. Just your strength check will do. 7 does not do it, no matter what you're going to add to it.
Oh, I tried. I'm here for it.
Put that on this man's gravestone. He died doing the
Tried
right
it,
thing.
remember it.
Can we
Bjorn.
say it's the right thing when it's Yami? All right, I'm a get up, and in the direction of those wraith-like noises, I guess. Let's just shoot a hammer and fucking miss again, probably. Couple.
That'll be class. I have complaints.
I hope a 15 hits.
A 15,
The darkness.
both times, does connect.
Oh,
Once and twice. For some pretty savage attacks.
thank God.
I'm still seeing question marks.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Oh, I private GM'd rolled. Sorry. I didn't turn it off yet.
That's okay. It hits.
My bad. Okay, and then I'm going to retreat in the opposite direction.
All right, you can move about 10 feet before you have to use your difficult terrain to climb up the vertical face there.
Okay, so that's we'll go there. How about that?
All right.
That'll work.
At the start of round 4, Kaller, you notice swirling out of the mist, another wraith-like creature begins to form.
Tony, be honest. Did you think we would have some source of light for this fight?
Nope.
Okay.
Isn't the bird on fire?
I mean,
Bird is on fire, but does not shed light.
you might be crafty enough to do something to make light, but
You
my
didn't expect it to
expectations
happen.
are exactly as I expected.
Okay.
Avalon,
Well, that's
I would like to use my inspiration to make light. I think I know it's impossible.
you light up everyone's lives just by showing up.
I gotta leave. Kind of blindly look around. I know I'm not where I was before. I am mildly familiar with the process. Just kind of crouched, looking around as if that will help. And just say, should we maybe leave? Run? Somewhere? Take dodge action.
All right.
Where?
On the initiative of 22,
Anyone that's not here?
this creature is going to move into Door's space and is going to strike it twice with advantage.
Bring it on, nerd. Oh, shit.
And I believe without armor, all of this hits.
Yami might have the highest AC of all of us.
Wait, he's Dex. He's a Dex boy.
So it would be 13, I think? Right? 10 plus Dex?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, so the second one does not hit, but the first one slams me.
Not to be that guy, but
He's got advantage.
yeah.
Not to be that guy, but oh shit.
You are bloodied with
I'm
the
still
first
alive.
attack and hit with the second. And it occupies your space. Next up, it is going to be Kaller. You're aware that there's one forming behind you. It has not taken the field yet. It's still
I
coalescing
yell
out of the mist.
There's another one coming. We need to go unless we can change this very quickly. And then I will cast Produce Flame, but just hold it.
All right. Whew, that's a bright light.
Jesus Christ.
That is Produce Flame.
What is that? Let me just check these light settings.
Freaking supernova, that's what it is.
We're missing a small homeless man.
So since the light is 40/20, do you want to just switch that to torch? I feel like everybody would appreciate that more.
Fine.
All right. You produce light, giving everyone a much welcome reprieve from the darkness. You can see another creature beginning to form. Anything else for you, Kaller?
Move to yonder. And give it to somebody else.
Cyros.
There's one forming nearby, right?
Yes, it is not on the field yet.
Can I make out where it's forming with the light out and about? I know I can see his token, but I'm asking if as the DM if I can.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna move towards this area. I'm gonna take the defensive action to dodge, right? Whatever it's called,
Yep.
and just kind of prepare myself for this thing to appear.
All right. Bird.
He's gonna go pew pew pew.
Ah, the poo poo poo.
Does it have dark vision?
It does.
Your light is more than enough, but dark vision also helps. A natural 20 for 4 damage.
It's a 19, but close.
Oh. I'm so used to roll 20 where, like, green is good. All right. That is a successful hit. Anything else for the bird?
We're just gonna move.
Door, I
Give it over
need
to
you
Yami.
to roll for suffocation.
That's con.
That is a DC 12 con. You
Boy.
can click it. A good time to hold your breath. Please take your turn.
Alright, things inside me suddenly light. I see everybody running in different directions. Question mark? So I will continue that path. Let's go. Like, oh. Where's my... I can't click on my guy.
Go for it.
I'm going to dash. So I'm going to go 30 there. What happens?
As you tear into the darkness, this creature moves with you.
Oh boy.
Just need to check its movement speed.
Congrats on the new best friend.
Where's movement on here, Kevin?
On
Speed.
where?
Character sheets.
It should be just above the AC shield thing, but then that's...
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Okay.
It follows alongside with you, still in your space. I'm just going to keep it off you so you can move your token.
Right. 30. Wait, why is it? It's weird. It's not measuring how much I can go anymore.
It is yellow,
Oh!
so...
Yellow means you would need a dash, yeah. Unless you
I did.
undid some movement, because it doesn't... You can't undo movement for the measurement thing.
Oh, here it is. I did dash, though.
Oh, okay. Then yeah.
So...
You can go
Ah!
You carry this creature into the safety of darkness.
That's
Yeah.
lovely.
Anything else
Well-
for you?
No. I'm just gonna be like, oh my god, this damn thing's following me. It's like a bad fart that keeps just, finding you.
I've never had a vindictive fart, but I can empathize. On the initiative of 7, it is not yet formed, but it coalesces into being. It has taken the field, and it is going to be Bjorn's turn.
Okay, so the idea is we're running. Think?
No, because they can keep up.
Okay. Well, I can't see
Also-
the one that was already hurt. Because someone ran it off into the fucking dark.
Well, yeah.
Well,
Good argument.
yeah. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna target that one. The visible one that I can actually click on, and,
Ooh. It's a big damage right there.
I don't have disadvantage against that one, right?
Is it in the vision?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
this one.
You do not, and it hits.
God, one of them. Not that it was that much damage. I'll take it. think that's it.
All right.
Yeah,
One
that's all I
hammer
got.
tears into its essence. Avalon, it's yours.
Really?
Okay. Well, she's gonna go and run and hide behind Right. And I guess look around to see if anything in this area even looks remotely familiar with the light.
In the sense that it's a vague forest with trees that have feathers on them, not so much.
Feathers on the trees? Like, should I be able to tell, like, if we're in a different realm or this is something that, like, oh, these trees are more in a mountainous region, or...
Make a really aggressive intelligence check.
Now aggressive, do you want me to yell something? Because I know you're recording, and I don't know if I should...
Yes, in fact, if you could say something about the current situation in Palestine.
Oh, I'm really good with those things, yeah. Can I re-roll that with my inspiration?
You may.
Well, everyone's roll these inspirations.
Same number.
Literally the same thing.
Faerun is a magical place. There's all sorts of weird things and weird places, weird zones, weird conditions. It's not impossible that this is Faerun, but nothing comes to mind about poisonous bog with tree feathers.
Alright, that's all I can do. Now I must go
Initiative.
handle my dog, but I am still listening.
The initiative of 22. This bad boy right here is going to strike at the dwarf. Let's
It's
target
dead right here,
correctly.
but I can't see what you're talking about.
It's going to target door once.
That sucks.
Unless you go down on the first one, it's targeting you with both.
I certainly do. I have 4 health.
All right. It is going to leave your unconscious body to die in the dark, and it's going to strike the second attack, which is going to miss, tragically, against Bior.
Thank God. Only Yami was
Negative 17. Oh, and only mine. You can't go negative?
No.
Weird.
No? Why would you?
I don't know.
Out of curiosity, though, is 17 half your health?
Half my health?
Half.
No.
Okay. All right. On the initiative of 22, it fucking wrecks that kid's whole career, and it is Calor's turn. You see this creature reemerge from the darkness, sans door.
Sanador.
Cool.
Clegane.
I still don't know that this place is terrible, so burning spell slots seems like the fucking move.
Mm-hmm.
And I will wake up a door.
All right. And you have dark vision, so you can see him. Convenient to have. Door, you come screeching awake, taking another lungful of poison. It's awful here.
Fucking is.
Plus
Haley was
7.
right when she said she hates it here.
right there and end my turn.
All right.
Actually, I
Okay.
will take the dodge action because I didn't use an action.
Fair enough. Cyros.
I'm gonna try to punch a ghost. First punch.
All right. It is in the light, so I believe a 17 hits.
3 damage.
It seems to
After-
suffer less than that. Anything else for
He'll wind up
Cyrus?
for at least his second attack. Because I got it, so I might as well use it.
Just barely connecting with a part of its form that seems more substantial, you deal another damage.
3 damage.
Singular.
Good.
All right.
I think that's
Go
it for
ahead.
me.
Bird. Oh, yeah.
Bird is going to go there. And Bird is going to not be there. And drag the dwarf down 3 squares.
All right. Bird
Thank you.
retrieves 1 dwarf. You may add him to your inventory.
Sweet.
To the prison
Gonna
wall.
sell this at the first town.
Big pockets there.
Door.
Figured you might want some distance on your turn.
I appreciate it very much.
Well, I'm waking up on the floor.
Walk the dinosaur.
Doesn't seem like fighting these things are working. Would you consider saliva a drop of water?
Yes.
All right. This is not going to be good, but I'm going to walk just enough in. Well, so I stand up, walk like 10 feet right on the edge of the light. Does this have to be 30 feet? No. I'm going to create water on that thing. Because it only takes a drop of water.
Okay. Up to 10 gallons of clean water within range in an open container.
Is the world an open container?
I've described this place as being vaguely trench-like, but you don't think that there's anything that's going to hold this water.
So then I can just make it rain in 30 feet cube within range.
Yep. I'll allow it. You. Okay. If I sound doubtful, it's because I haven't figured out your master plan yet.
I'm fishing for anything here.
I mean, Tony, neither has he. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, I've never seen create or destroy water used in combat in my 24 years of playing D&D.
And you still haven't.
And it's still not useful.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna be so
I mean-
fucking mad if you had conjured this 1 square to the southwest.
Oh yeah. I was trying to avoid that.
Okay.
Just douse the light.
I was like, oh, Jesus Christ.
All right. You, for the first time, maybe in your entire adventuring career, you see Door from the darkness cast a spell and make mud of the area.
And I noticed no visible reaction to the thing, I'm guessing.
Let me just double check. Nope. Doesn't shrivel up in the rain.
Damn. Well, I tried.
You did, and there's something to be said about that.
Oh, actually, its resistances only apply while it's in dim light or darkness. So I'm going to add 4 points of damage to this guy down here.
Hell yeah. See? Because of how dumb the water was, don't even remember that.
Isn't that special? All right.
Can I move?
Because it's not your turn.
Oh. It looks like it should be.
Is its initiative not on the...
Oh yeah, no, it's not on the
I don't know how to do that. Boop.
You did it.
All right. On its turn, it's going to attack the guy attacking it. It's going to move into your space, and
That
it's
doesn't
going
make
to
sense.
strike you with 1 and then 2. Oh, I forgot to target again. Ugh, I'm so bad at that. Can I change my target?
Yeah, you can just click on it and then click.
Yeah, but
stuff.
not for the ones that already rolled. A 10 and
Eight.
11
Both hit.
probably don't do it. Both hit? Oh, that
Yeah, my armor
dexterity
class is
modifier. So
Actually, my armor
Make
class
it.
is 10. My armor
It
class
would
is
have hit.
10 because defense gives me 1, and I have a -1 from dex. So, yeah, my AC is 10. They both hit. I take 15. I am bloodied.
that's what I like to
Hunter,
hear.
I also have defense, and it only works when you're wearing armor.
My armor class is 8.
Yeah, mine's only 10, even if it feels 11.
Or it's 9, rather.
Oh yeah, 9.
Bior, you see the fate that awaits you.
I do. So I'm gonna go. Wait, why am I slow? Huh?
You're
You're a dwarf.
still measuring from where you were.
Are
Oh
you in
yeah.
the
What
range now?
the fuck? Okay, well, measuring from where it was, whatever. I'm gonna go here.
Bird is going to take an attack of opportunity.
Fair.
Fuck
Auto
you.
hits.
Auto hits and probably kills me. Okay. Well, I'm gonna beam the one that's up at the top because I think it's taking more damage. If I even hit once. Oh, once at least.
Okay, that is what 2 hits look like.
Should I convert the top one? Wait, 2 hits.
13 is a hit.
Okay. I'm gonna say, should I convert the top one to a crit? But I guess not. That determination.
As these 2 radiant hammers strike through it, its form seems to just sizzle and whisk away in a sudden rush of air.
Oh!
The rain did it.
It was all
Yeah, it was
softened the outer shell.
It's so much weaker. Okay. I'm gonna. I hate that it's fucking. All right, I'll move here and then.
Avalon.
Oh, she's AFK. Isn't she? She's
Let's say
watering the
yes.
dog.
How do I
Keller.
get rid of that? I want-
Did you get rid of what?
It's in measurement tools, the second option select.
Sorry, to finish with
Oh.
dog.
Avalon.
I really can't do shit.
When that wraith
Throw another
died,
rock.
he didn't drop a gun, did he?
No.
Yeah.
I almost stopped.
I grab another rock and I throw it.
Make an athletics check. Or a strength check, rather.
Oh.
Well, you hit
Oh, wait, we're
the
not darkness.
other... Hey, that's good choice. You do hit. Make a d4 plus strength.
So a D4, got
And then D4 minus 1.
yeah. Fuck you.
And it's in enough light that it is not resistant. You deal the damage.
Eva goes, I hit it. Starts looking for more rocks. There we go. That's my turn.
Caller, it is you.
I move a step closer to give more light on this bad thing. Because I could throw the fire, but then everyone would be blind again. So, yeah.
Is there a limit to how many
Can I
produced
take
flames you
dodge
can
action?
have at a time?
What?
Is there a limit to how many produced flames you can have at a time? Can you dual wield them?
That's a good question.
Don't know. I don't see anything about dual wielding.
Might be
Flicker
worth a
flame
read.
appears in your hand. the flame remains there for the duration and harms neither you nor your equipment. The flame sheds a bright light for 10 feet. Additional 10 feet. Interesting.
It doesn't say
Spell
anything.
ends if you dismiss as an action. You can also attack with the flame, although doing so ends the spell. Yeah, I guess you're kind of like I would probably say you couldn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't let that happen. So I would say no. I can't do that.
All right.
But I will take the dodge action.
Cyrus.
I imagine I will attack as close as I can to myself in
Not
this
hitting
in the
yourself.
square.
Oh, yeah.
Throw some more punches. Pow.
That is a hit.
3 damage, half or whatever, and another
That is a
hit.
second hit. Creature is starting to show some erratic movement as you collectively wail into it.
That'll be my turn.
Bird. Make a con save for asphyxiation. And then it's bird. You're fine.
23.
I'm just gonna go pew 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 pew.
Well, pew 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 pew. Pew does it. It hits. As a quick
Firebird
burst of
main
flame
character.
seed.
Then it's gonna get there in case it needs to pull a boy out.
Door.
Well, I kind of want to. How dirty am I?
Pretty naked.
Yeah,
I like climbed up a thing. I got slapped into the darkness.
I'm gonna
Fell
say
down
you're
twice.
not clean looking.
I'm gonna go into the rain for a little bit.
Now you're muddy. Well, your feet are.
I can't exactly get anywhere, so I'm just gonna be watching myself as I walk toward the party.
You know what? Make an acrobatics check.
Oh no!
You're fine. On the initiative of
God.
7, this creature is going to strike out at you without advantage once. Is it rolling? Can't tell. Just doesn't roll
Don't see
anymore.
it.
Well, I guess the monster's broken. See you guys next week.
Oh, because the other one.
He gave up.
Oh no. There it
But
is.
yeah, you know what?
Who do I even have targeted? I don't even know.
Thank you.
I think those are 2 hits because you don't have armor. Waiting for a confirmation. I'm sure it's coming. Unless Cyrus fell down a well.
I'm sorry that did I miss something? Am I being attacked?
Yes. A 15 and a
Sorry.
13.
15 and 13, they both hit. That's 23 damage.
Yeah.
Am I still standing?
Yeah. That's the kind of the number, huh?
Yeah, I am down perfectly.
Well, congratulations. Because it's been a while since Kaller has had a friend. And on its turn... Oh, sorry, Bjor's turn.
Yeah. So I saw him just flop to the ground, presumably.
Yeah.
So, oh wait, I can target you too. Fucking does it. Here you go. Take 4 HP and fucking wake up. I'm not sure if. Okay, no, I have the baleful. So Cyros, down for half a second, and then let's. God, I hope this doesn't hit Caller instead.
It's not a big deal. All right, a 21 in fact hits. A 19 in fact hits. And this creature is likewise blown into the mist. You have a moment to catch your breath. As for the moments, there are no other threats besides the air itself.
All right, everybody gather up near the light.
What was that? We're still in
Interesting.
combat.
Ah,
I don't know if that's intentional, Tony, but not everybody is going to be able to.
Evan notices her gun is gone.
All right,
He immediately looks at her back, notices
we need
there's
to
nothing
start
in-
running.
Where are we?
I don't know, but we need to not be here. And we have two options. I can turn out the light, and we can not be a target, or we can have the light and be a target.
I don't think the light, being in darkness does much good at the start of this, right?
Right, they're still attacking us, even though it was pitch black.
But I'm just saying,
Lights.
everything from miles off will see this.
Might need help.
Eva is scrounging around on the ground looking for her gun.
Make a perception check.
$20.
Using the light from Caller's spell, you catch the faint markings of an arcane circle. It's infused with various bits of runes and sigils that are common with ritual spells. It's marked into the earth around the area where you all woke up. But as far as your possessions and your gear, no sign of it.
She'll get excited for 5 seconds and they go, what is... we're inside of a magic circle. And she'll point it out to the others.
How big is it?
It's about 30 feet wide. Would have been big enough for each of you to wake up in a spread out area and still be consumed by it.
Well, I detect magic, but I don't sit here.
So we were teleported here then. Is that correct?
That would make sense. If I had to hazard a guess, we are wherever they were trying to summon something from.
I suppose all of our belongings are back there then. Ah,
Well, then how do we activate it and get back?
I don't know. Aren't you skilled with magic?
Ah.
Do I know, Tony? Oh, that's actually maybe I
Oh,
do.
shit.
Make an Arcana check.
19.
It's a crit.
A 19 is pretty good. What concerns you when you think about the ideas of ritual magic is the components. It's something that's been very prevalent since you landed in this place. You're restricted in what spells you can cast because you lack the components. And two come to mind. One, that creepy looking monolith. Two, the Shard of Malachar. This runic circle is probably useful in whatever attempts you would make to get home, but it's only a piece of that puzzle.
Okay. Yeah, I'll share that, of course. I think we're gonna need to look around at the very least. Like Keller said, get out of here. No.
Then you're going to share that information?
Yeah.
Alright, then I will, Oh no, I don't have books. Never mind. I guess I'll try and commit it to memory as best I can.
Yeah, but whatever we do, we need to get out of this open air and gather ourselves a bit and figure out a plan. But we already know that there is bad around here.
To emphasize his point, I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw.
Double nat once.
Oh God.
Uh-oh.
Bjorn,
Then we
you
all-
don't feel great. In fact, you feel positively terrible. The poison is still affecting you, but you are no worse than you were before I asked for this roll. Everyone else suffers a level of exhaustion.
As we all search for where we put exhaustion.
It's right under by your like character portrait. It's the smiley face in the top left corner.
Dang it.
I'm no longer a smiley face.
It's like that scale at the doctor's office. How much pain are you in?
I'm very
Tyler, what
timid
did
right
you-
now.
Why don't you lead the way? You'll be better at leading us in the woods like this anyway.
Yeah. Is everybody ready to move?
Guess.
Always cool.
And I start leading people what looks like a path towards the southwest.
All right. I'm going to put you back on our landing page.
Eva tries to take the back of the group so she can have some modesty.
You're probably going to want to drag your tokens onto the field here. As you make your way into the darkness, you are quickly overcome with the grand scale of just nothingness. You're encountering earth. Your feet are scraping against it. There are trees, unusual ones. But there's no signs of light in the distance, nothing to guide your way in the sky. It's just darkness. But good news, because we are going to move into a skill challenge.
We are not on the splash screen. We are still on
not?
the battle map.
I double-clicked
Oh,
it
they
and
go for
everything. Oh, I have to do it at the
Skill
top.
challenge, just in time for us all to be exhausted.
Exactly.
It's funny how that works out, isn't
How
it?
many times can I use guidance on people?
How do you drag your token onto the?
Exactly what you just described. You just go into the
Yeah, literally just
characters
drag
and
your
then
little
drag
portrait
it.
thing.
So, for those of you who have not played with me before, I use Lord Kensington's rules for skill challenges. I determine for you an objective, a goal, a mission. I determine the DC, the number of successes, and the number of failures that I will allow. I may or may not choose to tell you those numbers. Skill challenges can TPK. Everyone, right now, go ahead and roll initiative. On your turn, you must roll to advance the objective, directly or indirectly, so long as it is significant. You'll pick a skill.
I'm sorry, please continue.
You'll pick a skill, and you'll describe how your character uses it to progress. My encouragement is for you to be creative, to argue, to plead. Think outside the box. Be literal. Be abstract. The more I enjoy your choice, the more likely I am to allow it, the more likely I am to give it a bonus. You cannot roll the same skill twice in a row. If you roll athletics on your first turn, you can't roll it again until turn 3. You cannot roll the same skill as someone immediately preceding you. If Bior decides to roll athletics, Dor can't use it. Magic, skills, and abilities are not an automatic success, even if they'd normally be a viable solution. You may use them, however, to bolster your skill check. You may emulate a spell with a skill check. You may use a skill to modify the way a spell normally functions. You may use a skill to modify an ability, a feature. Creativity is king. What's most exciting is the argument. It's your goal to convince me. To that end, I will remind you, your characters know more magic than what is on your character sheet. You don't learn to throw fireballs without learning to make smaller flames. Right? Your character on its character sheet does not have every single skill or ability that it's ever acquired in its life. This is your chance to do things that are not written down. The final decision as to whether or not anything works is up to me, but like I said, I appreciate the argument. Your goal, your objective is very simple. Survive. At the top of the round, we have Dor.
We're missing Cyrus.
Cyrus is there.
Yeah, but he has not rolled. Oh, there he did.
I really just clicked it. Before we get moving, would it be all right for me to use Second Wind?
Sure.
Just because I'm on death's door, like.
No pun intended.
I was thinking the same thing.
Oof, huge. Big as it can be. 15.
How many times have you said that in your life?
Pretty often.
Yeah.
I am 6'10".
You're 6'10"?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Has this not happened yet?
He
Oh,
might
we
have
haven't done the
left
I'm here
last
now.
time. Yeah. I think he left earlier last time.
I'm 6'10".
What the fuck?
I mean, you just see over all the trees, so it just doesn't. You know where to
That's
go.
my polar opposite.
I am sorry for all of the back problems you're facing either now or
It's
in the
knees.
future.
It's knees.
Knees? Okay.
Yeah, my back's actually pretty good. It's not the best, but
'Cause I'm
I've
only
had way
6
more
feet,
knee
mine's
issues.
already fucked. That's good.
All right.
Not the knee problems. But
Anyway.
Dor.
As we were.
So is there any wind?
In fact, there is some. It is subtle. It is muted and it is cold.
Okay, so you know when you like put your finger in your mouth and then you hold it up to the wind to tell where it's blowing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a naked dwarf and I just was in a rainstorm. So I should be highly attuned to where the wind is blowing.
I'm now questioning my choice of sitting in the back.
So I want to travel in the direction that it's going, not where it's coming from. So I want to use nature to do that.
Uh-huh. And what argument would you make as to how traveling in the direction of the wind helps you?
If there's cold wind, something's blowing in, it could be an enemy. I don't want to go near there. So it's more of
Actually,
an avoidance of danger.
not a terrible argument. Go ahead and make a check. What skill are we going to use?
I'm just gonna use nature.
I like it.
I gotta fix that stupid roll double thing.
So you've already learned that this mist, this black fog, it's cold but also humid, and it gets colder like it did when the creatures formed out of it. This is a not ineffective way for you to navigate around some of these creatures as they seem to form out of nothingness. Next up, we have Avalon.
Okay. Just double checking some spells and stuff real quick. So with both Arcana and Detect Magic, they're the ones that I'm going to be using as my sort of reasoning.
Mm-hmm.
Eva and her family have always had a sort of sensitivity to magic, sort of sixth sense to a degree.
All right.
So I'm going to have her kind of tap into this thing that she'd much rather not. And try and get a feel for the magic of the area. And in doing so, with Detect Magic, also having Identify and things like that, that kind of help her narrow down the types of magic. She's going to try and help use that to direct them as well. Keeping them away from things like if something feels weirdly necrotic over there, maybe not that way.
Let's see how tuned your senses of magic really are. What skill are we doing?
Anna.
You have the foundation between Identify, Detect Magic, your natural sensitivity. It's just enough that you can channel some of that awareness into your being as you travel, just to get these glimpses of what's around you. Door leads you away from cold spots of air, and at the same moment, you start to learn to pick up on the formation of magic in those spots. And it even gives you a faint understanding of different types of magic around you. You think that you're underneath this line, this ray of abjuration. It gives you a vague heading if you choose to follow it. And that's going to be Bjor.
Okay, well, I'm a dwarf, lived underground, family is smiths, so there's a lot of working with minerals and shit like that. I'm going to, along with stuff like mold earth, try to communicate with the earth, and see if I can persuade it into giving me some sort of sign as to where safety might lie, or anything that might give us some sort of direction.
You're persuading the earth.
Let's stay down and have a conversation with some rock.
This is
Talking
this
with
is the
it,
most
changing the
stereotypical
colours and
thing.
Yeah, it's like a druid talking to plants, but it's dwarven.
But it's a dwarf talking to rocks.
Yeah.
I don't. Do you have anything that gives you any ability to communicate with the earth?
Depends how you interpret any of that. Spelling out words? Oh god, I don't want to do this with the fucking measure.
I think this is too much for persuasion.
Alright. In that case, then, I'm going to try and communicate with my patron. Like, reach out and try to, again, persuade, so it's same roll, for some sort of guidance or, even just creating some fucking light for us to see. Well, I guess we have light already. Yeah, some sort of guidance to how to help my party members here and not have them die on me, and also myself.
And what kind of check would that be?
Persuasion, like I'm trying to persuade my patron to help instead of just sitting there watching. Fucking lazy bitch.
What would you describe your relationship as usually with your patron? Like, how communicative are they? How easy is it to get them on the phone?
I would say not very easy. Not
Is
a
there
lot of
any sort of
direct
connection
communication.
there, like awareness? Do you just generally operate under the idea that they can see or are aware of you?
Yes, she has specifically said that she is watching. So I'm assuming that there's some way to reach out in a time of need, because I imagine she did not give me this power for no reason, just arbitrarily. Then again, you never know.
You
For no
reach
reason.
out with your will, your hopes, your pleading.
Does he touch face?
There is nothing there. It's worse than just not connecting with something. You are absolutely aware that you are alone. If you could see the read receipt on your prayers, these do not arrive at their destination.
Fuck.
However, as this moment of bitterness or despair or whatever overcomes you at the realization that you are entirely alone, you do spot the faintest flicker of light in the distance.
Okay. Something.
Next up, we have Cyros.
All right. I think I want to leave survival for Brian.
You do what you gotta do.
I think
I have
that
options.
while maybe not being the one taking lead and directing us where to go, even in my bit of a weakened state, I'm still rather strong and used to traversing difficult terrains. I would like to be able to use athletics as to climb up these ledges and stuff like that, and reach down and help pull up those who had struggled climbing up maybe such difficult walls with little grasps and stuff like that. And overall, just use my athletic prowess to help traverse the more difficult paths.
It's an interesting skill to have in this sort of traveling, because your awareness doesn't stretch a foot beyond the light that Kalar is carrying. So you're not taking the most efficient path around obstacles. You're finding yourself against rock faces, ledges, things like that. Go ahead and roll it.
That would be a 12.
As your party is forced to deal with a sort of crumbling rock face, which each of you has to climb over, not finding a quick way around it, you're climbing and scampering to the top, trying to get ahead so that you can be of greater assistance to the party, and the rocks beneath your feet slip. And it looks like it's going to be a bad fall. As you start to break away from the face and fall backwards, a single arm reaches out of the dark, grabs you by the wrist, pulls you back to the face of the climb. and you see it in the darkness. You see it the same way that you can see your own hand when it moves in front of your eyes in a completely dark room. It's you. It is your own shadow that has reached out and caught you. And as you secure your hands on the rock face, it vanishes into the black.
Taking a second to catch my breath and try to calm myself from this weirdness that is occurring. I then finish climbing back up and continue on what the original plan was.
It helps cut
little
down
freaked
on
out.
some of the awkward navigation, as you can take the obstacles as they come. Kaller, it's yours.
Now, survival would be the smart move, right? But
That would be intelligence, because it has intelligence.
survival's wisdom, but that's not the point. This landscape, this surrounding is so foreign to him. All of the cues that he would normally use to guide a group are not there. So he leans onto Cinder, his bird, who is a fey creature which he has bound himself to years and years ago. And he is going to use their intuition to keep moving them forward and away from cliffs or ledges that would rather have them backtracking, or towards a safe path towards the light that Bjor has pointed out. He's going to use animal handling to try to communicate back and forth with Cinder. It's
not the worst idea. Creatures, especially birds, have methods of navigation that aren't reliant on the same senses as us. Go ahead and roll it.
Sadly, there's an 8 in there.
What you understand is that, yes, your bird can pick up on things that you can't. Maybe it's magnetism, maybe it's the fact that it's an innately magical creature or a spiritual creature, but what you're getting back from it is distress. It's overwhelmed by what it feels in this place. Whatever senses it has beyond just sight and sound seem blurred as they wrestle with the just sheer amount of interference.
And as that happens, you notice that Keller himself, who is usually composed or relaxed, is himself starting to freak out a bit.
At the end of the round, I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw, as your first day of travel comes to an end.
Hey, not 20, baby.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, 5.
Door.
Those were some good rolls. Also, Door's here.
Ooh.
Door, you suffer another level of exhaustion, and it is your turn.
What happens at level 2?
I think it's
So attack roll?
movement.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
I think 3 is half movement. Someone should look that up.
I'm looking it up. 2 is speed halved, 3 is disadvantage on attack. So those-
Are you all at
Ew.
2? No.
no.
Very few of us.
Oh, okay. That was a door.
Travel.
I'm assuming I'm not gaining back on the net 20, am I?
Mm-mm.
Feels
No,
invigorated.
you could only ever roll to see how much you lose. And
Fair
the
enough.
traveling pace has slowed even further. You're close enough now that you can see there's more than one of these tiny lights in the distance, and you are still very far.
I'm going to poke in real quick. As the day comes to an end, my strength sap will go away,
Why does it do that?
and I'll go back. Because that's what the strength sap does. It goes away on a long rest.
What long rest?
Oh,
Are we
shit.
not long
Yeah.
resting?
No long
Your
rest.
first day comes to an end. None of you get a rest. You may be able to sleep if you can tolerate
Okay.
the poisonous air, but none of you recover anything from it.
Understood.
Oh yeah, by the way, Door.
Oh, I just noticed when I cast that spell, it took away a spell slot automatically. That's
Yep.
cool. Hmm. No containers can't drink water. So I'm an older dwarf, loves his lawn.
Mm-hmm.
So I am very good at getting rid of invasive plants that are going into my lawn.
Okay.
Now, while this area is most certainly not the same wherever, uh, some similar things might still be true. Like, don't eat the red bulbous mushroom because it will give you diarrhea balls or something. So I want to look out for anything potentially dangerous to us, plant-wise, like scavenging.
You
Try to find
raise
something to eat.
you
Like,
raise a
don't
good
step on
point.
that thing with your foot in flames. Can't use nature. I want to use history because I'm old and I've probably seen some weird shit.
Back in my day,
Exactly. Back in my day, giant mushrooms invaded my stove.
It's not a terrible idea. This landscape is unusual and alien. Let's see what you roll.
And I should be rolling 2 now. 16.
You have this idea to navigate the land, keeping a watch out for the things that are most dangerous to you. If you have to scavenge, you don't want to grab the poisonous things. This is a basic knowledge of horticulture and plant life. It's maybe not as needed as you might think, because so much of what you find is so obviously toxic. It either looks like it's molded over or it's got this decayed rot on it. Some of it looks like it's just rife with spores. Everything looks toxic, and it makes it easy for you to point that out to everyone. Evelyn.
She is going to utilize her perceptive eye, but not using perception, using investigation, to better assist other people as they are trying to help everyone else out in this endeavor of survival. She's using investigation rather than perception because it involves looking for something in particular that while they are doing something. It's less about noticing in general, but more about narrowing down aspects that she can help better them. She's also going to be utilizing the skills of guidance that she has.
Let's see it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you're going to need that guidance.
Yeah.
Double 7.
Actually allowed to use guidance?
Yes.
Oh.
You can't use it for everyone's check, but you can use it for your own. You're keeping out for danger. You're looking for obvious weakness in your own party so that you can be more useful, more helpful. You know, point out the big rock so person X doesn't stub their toesies on it. What you do notice as you're traveling It's not a well-defined path, but you do find something akin to a path. It's got obvious signs of previous wear and tear from what looks like wagon wheels, horses, footprints. It takes some of the burden out of your travel, not having to climb over so much anymore. Bjor.
Okay, I'm going to give a sort of speech, trying to keep the morale up. You know, sort of. We're not going to die here. We're going to. We're all very capable of continuing to push through this. Like, think of the people at home that'll all die if we don't fucking do this. So we just have to. And I'm going to use deception for that because I don't believe any of it.
You're deceiving yourself.
Fuck! That's not great.
As the day winds on, a day without viable food, without water, in this poisonous air, you feel so terrible that your voice is just this raspy, coughing, blood-filled, coughing mess. It's difficult to sound heroic or brave or intrepid when you're so clearly suffering the same way everyone else is. Cyrus.
That's what I was going to do. So let's do something different.
Let's do something better.
I was going to lie to everyone too.
Well, I was going to do the same thing, but as persuasion.
It's a
But I
different
don't
skill.
think but it's like the same idea. So I'm gonna.
I don't mind.
Like, he believes, that's the difference.
Yeah. That's,
Everybody needs a hype, man.
We haven't had survival go this round yet, have we?
Nobody used it before you.
All right. I will use survival. While I'm not like a ranger per se, I have spent a great deal of time outdoors and have picked up a bit of things like how to help like track the movement of creatures, and especially with the appearance of wagon carts and stuff like that, it's a little closer to what I understand. So seeing how exhausting these travels are and how tired Keller's eyes are, I will offer to kind of take the lead for a little bit to let him get a bit of a rest, and try to help guide our path in the direction that these carts are traveling. If that's all right.
Let's see it.
All right. Just a 10.
In your head, you know that these things should have heavier tracks where they're coming from, lighter tracks when they're returning. But what if they're dropping off cargo and picking up cargo? It's a mess. It's difficult to figure out what the right of it is. The best you can do is hope that you're on the right direction towards the better of the two options. Keller.
Sounds good.
Now that he is no longer at the head and striving to try to find paths that will keep them out of danger, he is still kind of fucking tweaked. So he is kind of moving to the middle of the group and just being hypersensitive to the area around him. The fact that there's nothing in the sky but darkness, there's no sun beating through, there's no signs of animals as far as he can tell, makes him on edge, and he is listening for anything that might be signs of life or undeath around them, or any signs of movement or anything out of the ordinary that is not leafy foliage and rock. So he's going to perceive the world around him.
Let's see it.
Yikes. Consider low rolls, man. Sorry.
It's disadvantage,
yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
As you are traveling, you're keeping an ear, an eye, whatever out for any signs of danger, any threats. And you start to catch what you're looking for. You catch moments where the mist seems to condense. But expecting those wraith-like creatures turns out to be optimistic. You start to see things that give the hint of being worse. Taller, larger, more teeth, faster. You're seeing them everywhere. You turn around, you see your party behind you. There's a second Cyros, one darker, menacing. Every branch you hear cracks, once around you, once in the distance. Paranoia starts to catch you. You don't feel effective out here, and as you end the second day, I need everyone to make 2 Constitution saving throws. 1 for the poisonous mist, and another for a day without the proper food and water.
So do you want just the one roll and we use each of them? Or do you want 2 separate rolls?
That's fine.
Beautiful.
Not good.
Level 24 over there.
It's alright, that means I know what I'm doing this round.
Cyros, you suffer 1 level of exhaustion. Avalon, you suffer 2. Kalar, you suffer 1. Bior, you're fine. And Dor, you suffer 2 levels of exhaustion.
So what's that level for?
Let's see, exhaustion. 4 is hit point maximum halved.
Well, I don't have much health anyway, so.
Yeah.
Oh, it automatically did it too.
Yeah,
Cool.
it should.
Look at that.
I
Game's great. I'm
do
glad to
have
dive in.
the Outlander feature, Wanderer. I'm not sure if that's helpful out here.
What
I
would
can
that
help
do?
that this round.
Oh,
That
to
is-
forage?
Yeah.
It would. It normally would.
All right, that's fine. Like, that is an expected answer. I figured I would toss it out there.
I also have purify food and drink as a ritual.
That's
if that
my
helps.
plan. Fuck off.
Sorry, it's yeah.
These are great
Well, I'm going
things
That was
first.
I was talking for Bailey. She's
that would have assisted during a skill challenge. But as this skill challenge has concluded, you stumble through the darkness. Those little beads of light seem closer than when you started. But your 3rd day of travel in this miasma, it is proving to be unreachable. Every step becomes a slog, a physical endeavor just to keep trucking along. Cyros, you still hurt from when you woke up here, that tearing sensation. You're the first to collapse. Kalar, as you see him hit the ground, you feel it taking you as well. You can feel the sense of unbalance that comes right before you hit unconsciousness. What do you guys do?
My brother collapses, so I immediately go to him. Yeah, she would use the purify food and drink to whatever they might have, whatever they've scrounged up. and try and get something in his system.
Door,
Water, maybe.
you have an awareness that there's a lot of toxic plants that you can scrounge up, and that's sort of all you can think about as you two feel the darkness creeping up over you.
I think I have something. Look. I have Skyrite.
Say again.
I have Skyrite.
So
Did I
you do.
try?
What would you like to do?
Just a big ol' help and an arrow down at us.
Go ahead and roll it.
Do it with an A. Help.
Help.
Yeah, that way it shows you're friendly.
And the sky is dark, so I'm gonna do big white fluffy clouds if I can.
I will allow this. You conjure into the sky silvery white cloud. It is almost entirely unseeable. There's just not enough light reaching the sky from below or from above. It's just blackness, but you're aware that it's there. And maybe if you're very lucky, someone else can see it too. Let's do another round of Constitution saving throws.
I think we all have disadvantage on them at this point.
That's why I like
Oh
to
yeah,
hear.
that was a.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Anyone with 3 has disadvantage. I
Rip.
don't know.
Not bad.
Not good.
Caller, Door. You both fall unconscious.
Was already unconscious, so ha.
Avalyn,
Ah,
you feel yourself teetering. The exertion of the spell feels like it was just too much for you to sustain. And sort of as the dark threatens to take your sight, you struggle to maintain that connection to it. Bior, you suffer a level of exhaustion, but you're still conscious. And you have 4 sacks of meat.
Yeah, what am I supposed to do here? Fuck. I'm only at level 2 exhaustion at least.
cuddle up with for warmth.
Am I at 4 levels of exhaustion then? Like I gained another one for that?
Let me just double check. Oh, for the 10 and the 13? Yes, please.
$17 wasn't enough to save Yami? Fuck.
It seems like it's only getting harder.
Well, that's not surprising, I guess.
I only have one more thing that could maybe point us out to people, but it might also point us out to bad things.
I mean,
That's
better than
fairy
nothing.
fire.
I don't really have anything.
Just casual fireball into the air.
Unless I just fucking shoot Eldritch Blast into the air, but that's about it.
Might as well.
Also gets really dark when I pass out.
Oh yeah, it
Oh,
does.
fuck!
Well, then I guess I'm doing fairy fire on us, so I'll have to switch my concentration to that and hope. Or should I keep my Skyrite? What do you guys think?
I will... I don't know. Fuck it.
Anything that
I'll
makes
try.
loud noises, anything that makes bright.
Problem is, like, I have light, but that's no good, because can't cast it.
I have Thunderwave.
That's good. But it's gonna sound like thunder, I guess. Is Door fucking unconscious?
Yeah, I went down.
Fuck.
I'd say grease, but it's non-flammable, I believe.
Well, I'll try shooting up at the skyrite and see what we get with Eldritch Blast, because it makes some sort of light, golden light. I'm assuming
My
nobody
bird.
sees
Oh, can't. Never mind.
Oh! Dead.
Immune
You
to poison.
struggle to... actually, not an invalid concern. You struggle to maintain consciousness a little bit longer as Bior fires off these hammers of radiance into the sky. And finally, darkness 2 takes over your sight and you collapse. Bior, you're all alone.
Oh, not again.
Me too.
Mhm.
I'm only a 4.
It's not related to your levels of
Oh, okay.
exhaustion.
She just lapses on her brother.
That's
Yeah,
just
I'm only
a
at-
bonus.
Yeah, I'm only at 3 levels of exhaustion. I passed out.
I'll fucking panic. Try to like pull them. Realize I probably can't. I don't fucking know. Try to
As
pull
you
them
start
towards the light, I guess.
to gather their naked bodies into a
Even if
huddle
it's
so
just
you
one
can
of
start to drag them off,
Just
you
pile them
begin
up.
to hear sounds of movement around you.
Uh-oh. Who's that?
The movement stops.
We need help! What's the fucking downside of this point? It's evil, it's fucked
Yep.
either way.
There is a slow, tentative step towards you. And then a few more. And then several moving in unison. You would expect torchlight to be seen from much further away. But it's not. It is only when it gets right to the cusp of your vision, of the light's distance that it casts, that you start to see figures carrying lanterns. They're humanoid. There are 3 of them.
Do they have small daggers?
They stand at the edge of your party, seeing this gaggle of flesh, and they whisper back and forth to each other.
Just plead with them, like, please help us. We've been beset upon by something. I don't know what it was, but we're in dire straits here. We need help.
They share a few more words back and forth, and one steps up and says, "Your scene looks certainly very ghastly. Tell me, would you mind proving that you're flesh? A drop of blood, if you don't mind."
I'm not sure if you see, but we're all naked. I don't have any means to cut myself.
He pulls a long knife and throws it at your feet.
Are you sure I need to do this? Like, and I'll just like sort of prick my finger. Presumably it bleeds.
You bleed.
Okay.
You sounded so disappointed. You bleed.
He stands there, waits, lets the blood sort of trickle and spread enough so that he can make a confident assessment of what it is. And then he says, "Bring the last wagon. Sorry for the mistrust. It's an appropriate precaution. We'll get you back to town."
Thank you.
He stands aside, and as they pass word back, you begin to hear more and more movement. Several wagons find their way forward. As they pass by, you see that each one of them is carrying a lantern filled with cargo and people. There's an armed guard that escorts them through the darkness. And the last one stops. He gives orders to unload some of its cargo. They shift it around to some of the other wagons, and he says, "There are some blankets for you and your friends. Please cover yourselves up, and we'll make sure you find escort back to the city."
Yeah, I mean, I'll go start covering everybody up. These unconscious fucking meat bags. And myself.
He introduces you to another man in his company, and he says, "This is Brimga. He'll make sure you find safe travel. Welcome to Shadesmoor." And he shares a few more words with them, and then he starts to turn on his heel and catch up to the caravan.
Okay, he's taking off. The other guy's still here?
Yes.
Okay,
The
so
man he introduced to you as Brimga is here, and he will usher you onto the wagon and says, "How long have you been out here?"
approximately how long have we been out here, Tony?
3 days.
3 days.
3 days? Okay. About 3 days, I think. Maybe a bit longer, a bit less. But it's horrendous. Where exactly are we?
He seems hesitant to answer for a moment, and he says, "I'm taking you to Shadesmoor. That's the city here. We have a way that we usually introduce people. It's Shadesmoor. It's the city. It's home for you now." And he looks sympathetic.
Alright, that sounds a bit strange. What's this land called, though?
Well, that is the greatest mystery, I suppose. Not sure what it's called or what it is. I've heard some people call it Solmire. I think that's something we might have made up, though.
Have you always been here?
No. No, I didn't come here till I died.
Until you don't seem all that dead. Does he look like a ghost or something?
He looks like a person.
Okay.
And when he says this, he sort of looks off into the distance as he guides the wagon out. And he doesn't share anything else voluntarily. He says, "You can soak some racks with our water stores. If you've been out here, and might want to try to get some water into them until we get to the city."
Alright, well, thanks again for your assistance. We're certainly dead without you.
He gives you a curt nod.
I'll go do that.
Yeah, and you tend to them in their unconscious states as best you can. He doesn't seem eager to make new conversation with you.
Good.
We can take a quick break. Unless you're named Kevin, in which case you need to tell me what I need to do to fix the combat no movie move.
Unsure. I think it's in Monk's Token Bar.
Monk's Token Bar. Foundry. Well, let's do this. Movement change to free movement.
Yeah, I can't find anything about it like just like the default settings. It must be a module. Or it might be Monk's Enhanced Combat.
Looks like it might be Monk's Token Bar.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but I don't know if I can see all the options in Monk's Token Bar. It might be a setting on the token bar.
Edit stats, allow player to use, show movement, undefined stats, show offline, show actors, filter duplicates, player mission, disable token bar.
Turn off auto-limiting movement in the module settings.
Where would that be under?
I'm assuming it would be if you go configure settings and then Monk's Token Bar somewhere, maybe?
Yeah, it's a pretty thick little section, though. I don't see...
If you want to...
Change movement to combat when combat starts?
There you go. Yeah, turn that off. Be it.
Set movement after combat to free movement.
But yeah, change the combat start thing, and I think that's probably it. Apparently, it might be partially broken in D&D 5e 4.0.
Yeah, that's from 7 months ago, so who knows?
Yeah, it might not be anymore, but I don't fucking have any idea. But I mean, we try that and see if it works. And I guess you can actually
can you move?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yep.
No, good enough for me.
Perfect. We did it.
You just had to believe.
Thank you for getting rid of that that one roll for initiative. Now I can roll high.
Yeah, just get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Hopefully I spelled these people's names right.
Only one. Well, you probably would catch the other's name if you were conscious.
I'm not. But I've like Brimga, Shadesmoor, and Solma.
Those I'll give you.
Yeah, definitely did that one.
This one you have to guess on. All right, there's no rush if anybody's still in their wireless headsets at their sync. Is anybody... Who's back?
I'm here.
Never left, bitch.
Did I hear
Updating my
Yami?
notes.
Well, I'm here.
Okay. He brings you... Oh, I'm going to need this. No point in having notes if you don't use them all session.
I did add a different, doing the day-to-day journal of like everything we go through in a different tab. So it's no longer in like our jobs and stuff.
In the distance, a single burst of pale white light pierces the darkness, flanked by two other more distant ones. They are radiant atop towering spires that come into view. They stretch hundreds of feet into the sky and provide this pale, almost sickly radiance. As you draw nearer, the black mist around you threatens to overtake the wagon, but the lantern seems to repel it, more so than any of the light that you have carried up to this point. Your lungs still burn from the exposure, but you get closer with every moment. And as you reach the border of the city, you see that the radiant spires cast this light that also repels the blackness. It creates a safe haven beyond its reach. And in the light is a city. It borders the water. And these jagged crystals that hover above these spires cast this strange shifting light. You realize there are flames inside of them, and they flicker like you would expect torch or candlelight to do. But worse, the light that covers the city looks muted and strange. It's like color has lost some of its vibrancy. He brings you into a part of the city that is a little dimmer than other sections directly beneath these spires. He says, "This is Harlan's. The city provides for you when you first get here. He'll make sure you get back on your feet, and he'll explain everything." He reaches out his hand to you in a gesture with his palm down, and he says, "Good luck to you."
Take his hand and shake it. Just say, "Thank you
He-
again."
He looks
Give us
confused. He looks confused, and then he says, "You're sorry, it's something from back home. It's yes. Please be well." He steps
Missed that.
off the wagon, helps you and what is introduced to be Harlan unload your passengers. They bring them into a large room that looks like part of a bunkhouse. And each of you can settle into your comas for the night. Harlan is a dwarven man. He's a bit shorter than you are. He has a very well-kempt beard, very striking eyes, even in the sort of muted colors of this place. And he gives you this genuinely warm, but also sympathetic smile. And he says, "We'll make sure that you have plenty of food and water for your trip here. So, does anyone need injuries treated?"
I suppose all of us, to be honest. I know I'm hurting. They could speak right now. I'm sure they'd all ask for help.
At this-
all of you are still unconscious, right? Like I didn't miss something.
Yeah, just you.
Okay, it's just me.
He says, "We'll have the healer stop by and tend to him. You'll probably want to get some rest. You look terrible."
You're absolutely right.
He makes arrangements for there to be food and water brought to your rooms, things that'll keep in case anybody wakes up. And you see that there's not a gathering, not a crowd, but everybody at this establishment seems interested in who you are and where you're going as you pass through. He also arranges for clothes that he thinks will fit you well enough to be provided, and shuts the door on the bunk room so that you can rest and recover.
Okay. Yeah, go the fuck to sleep.
We're already sleeping.
Yeah, you guys beat me to it.
You all will awaken in the next several hours, if not the next day, in the comfort of a soft bed. It's not luxurious by any means, but it is comfortable, and your bruised bodies appreciate the reprieve. There are 6 beds, 5 of them occupied by you and your companions, and the room is otherwise empty, save some basic furniture, some clothes have been left out for you, and some food and drink.
We benefit from a short rest.
You do benefit from a short rest.
Okay.
Yes.
And my max HP is still low, so that was pointless.
I'm
Oh,
almost
yeah,
at max health.
it's a long rest to get rid of exhaustion, isn't it?
So
Yeah, it
it
is.
is.
Fuck. Well, the healer's
Oh,
supposed to come by.
yeah.
Okay.
When consciousness finds most of you, you'll find that you feel terrible. That exhaustion that has seeped into your very core of your being, it's not letting up. You feel that you could spend the next month in bed. That's very literal for some of you. But you are conscious, although sick and debilitated as that might be. The next day finds you greeting a dawn, cast not by a sun, but instead by these radiant crystals that filter in through the light, through the window. What do you do, if anything?
Get clothes on.
Yeah, get dressed.
Yeah, are we still naked?
In your beds, you were covered up, and they had clothing set out for you. So at this point, I guess the answer is only if you choose to be.
Kettler will wake up and kind of scramble to his feet and kind of shove himself up against a wall. Because he doesn't know how the hell he got here or where the hell here is.
Oh, calm down there. I'll tell you everything that happened after you passed out. And then, I don't know, if you want me to go over it, I can, but, we're here for it. So far, they seem very nice. Helpful.
Yeah. I will say, I have tried to expedite these interactions because 4 of you are unconscious. They would have been close-lipped, but otherwise very sympathetic and very courteous to you. So they would have been very careful to make sure that nobody's going to die when they're asleep or anything like that. Make sure you had your basic amenities cared for.
I'll also go ahead and purify food and drink, just in case, as a ritual.
You can do so. And
Eva will go check on her brother,
you relay that to the
who was the
others.
first to collapse.
Yeah.
You okay? You're still not looking great.
I kind of weakly sit up in the small cot and kind of towards you and give you a small nod. Looking and seeing the clothes, kind of sit down, to grab the shirt and start putting the shirt on before doing anything else. Staying covered in the bed. So where are we?
No bars, so not a prison. I tried to do some skywriting things to try and get help. I passed out though. I don't know.
They called it Shadesmoor.
History check!
Yeah, I was about to say, can we?
I
Hell
don't
yeah.
know shit.
Door with a 22.
Oh.
Avalon with a 23.
I'm gonna be that guy. It's an 8 and a 7.
Oh,
Yep.
God.
No.
Have an inspiration. Yeah, you don't know shit. Sounds fucking
Unless I
made
use
up.
determination.
Yeah, you could use your determinism.
Or determinism. No, I won't use it right now.
We're all exhausted. Everyone has at least 1 point of exhaustion.
Yeah.
So
I would like rub at her eyes and just go, I don't know where that is. I'm still so tired.
I'd not heard of it either. It said something about Solmeyer. That might not be a real name. Solmeyer.
We can always ask the people, right?
I suppose, but you look like you need rest. They said a healer would be coming by when, but
Oh. He kind of eyes the bed a little bit like, I could sleep more. I like that plan. I like the sleep more plan. And she just crawls back into bed like, fuck this place. I don't have my gun. Everything sucks.
Keller, who has not bothered getting dressed yet, will kind of go to the door and check it to see if it is locked.
Its handle turns freely.
And will peek out into the hallway.
You peek out into the hallway. You see more rooms on the other side, or what looks like they lead to more rooms on the other side. To the left, following down that hallway, you hear the sounds of a tavern. You smell the scents of a tavern. You can faintly see tables that are arrayed at the edges of a larger serving room. Most of them don't look like they're occupied at the moment, but you can't see all the way around the corner to see the rest.
Quietly close the door again and move up to the others. Okay, so we're in a tavern somewhere.
I think so.
I curl up in my blanket again. Like, that
So-
means safe. We can sleep, right?
You're saying that we traveled in the darkness for days, only to fall unconscious and wind up in a tavern.
That's what I'm saying.
Are we dead?
Lucky.
I don't think we're dead.
I pinch myself.
Still bleeding.
I pinch Bjorn.
No, they came to help us. Honestly, we would have died had they not.
You think they could get a different band? This makes it really ominous.
Yeah, the music is a little.
It's even worse because it's two ominous songs
Oh,
playing.
Yeah, you're right.
Is it? Shouldn't. It's supposed
Yeah.
to stop anything.
It was definitely two ominous songs playing over each other.
It sounded like dissonant and shit at times. But
All right. Cyrus, what's the move?
I think we should probably meet with whoever runs this place.
You think they can meet us in here so I can just sleep more?
I think you'll likely be back. I was introduced to, what was it, Harlan?
Harlan.
Mhm.
Harlan. I was introduced to a dwarf named Harlan, and yeah, I suspect he's to be responsible for getting us started. At least that's what Brimga told me.
Started
Not
what?
giving us.
Yeah.
What
What
was
do
it?
you mean started?
Yeah, good point.
I didn't really ask at the time. I was a lot of concerned with all of you staying alive, and also quite tired. But yeah, it's more than nothing. Whether it's work or otherwise, I suppose it's an improvement from dying out in the cold.
Uh,
But we'll have to ask more.
Saros nods. Then maybe we just wait for him. Sit tight for a minute.
As I said, the healer's supposed to be coming. As long as they lie, though they've not given us any reason to distrust them, I think.
You believe that the cursory examination given by Harlan and someone else was probably their best efforts for a healer.
Oh. Well, fuck.
Tyler, put on pants. There's pants over there.
Pete will go put on pants and a shirt.
Are the clothes made of material that we're used to?
Yeah, they're mimics.
Wait, what? They're mimics?
It's,
Crazy.
it's simple clothing, but it's well made, it's clean, it doesn't look like hand-me-downs, but it also doesn't look like it caters to any particular fashion sense or style.
I will also put pants on.
Hallelujah.
Are there shoes of any kind, or are we still shoeless?
Shoes are included. Again, your
Oh.
sizes are probably not perfect, but they're comfortable enough to wear.
While we wait for the healer, I would fuck with the shoes, and then I would also go over to my sister and have her help fuck with the shoes, as she has a better brain for that kind of thing. They fit better.
I fight it because I want to sleep more.
I keep putting my boot on your bed.
I don't have any tools. I can't do anything. I toss the boot off. It's stupid.
I was told you could make any tool you needed in an hour. Good times.
What? If I start salvaging things from people who saved us? I know you liked that, bed frame, but I needed it.
As the better part of an hour passes, eventually you hear a soft knocking at the door.
5 more minutes.
I reach for a sword that is not there.
I hide
I
under
will-
my blanket.
Give a nod towards Bjor, as he's the one who's interacted with these people. So, go to the door.
Yeah, I mean, I'm ambulatory. I'll get up and get it, see who it is.
When you open the door, you see that it is Harlan. He has what looks like several trays of food and water. And he kind of peeks around the corner, trying to take everyone in, and says, "So everyone's waking up? Doing okay then?"
Hi, come in.
He will bring these trays inside, step into the room, and he gives you a hello. I'm Harlan. And he brings you some warm food and fresh beverages. It is tragically just water.
Oh, happily drink water.
Yeah, lured from my blanket cave. Thank you. How did you find us?
Oh, I didn't. Brimga told me that you were collapsed on the road when they found you. Sort of an unusual way to find travelers.
How do you usually find travelers?
He looks like he's trying to say something that's difficult for him, and he says, "Let's start at the beginning. This is...
Is the answer dead?
Usually you don't find the ones that don't make it to the city. Luckily, most find their way here in the city. It's hard to say how many never arrive. But, hi, I'm Harlan. This is the city of Shadesmoor. Probably the worst part for you to learn in all this is that a lot of us find our way here. To our knowledge, none ever leave. He gives you a
Well, the
moment
way-
to kind of soak that in.
The way we got
Right,
here,
yeah.
I'm sure there's some way back. There's gotta be.
Yeah, the magic circle, remember?
Right, yeah.
It was our way in, so it'd be our way out, technically.
Just gotta figure out how to make use of it, how to power it up.
So.
Sorry, you said a magic circle.
Yeah, we woke up in. I don't know, really. It was dark. But I saw traces of a magic circle around us.
That's not normal. But not unheard of either. Most of us find our way here. Well, we remember closing our eyes. Some of us remember
I
dying.
remember tentacles in my eyes.
Most of us remember dying. Some of us remember getting lost, falling asleep, waking up here. Our archivist says that she was traveling between the planes. Whatever that means. Some sort of magic. Maybe that's what you're describing.
If
But
traveling
everyone
between
finds their way
planes.
here. Sorry, go ahead.
If traveling between planes involves tentacles going up my nose and in my eyeballs, I don't want to ever do that again.
Might have to if we want to get back.
I've not discussed it with her to that detail. But I don't remember us hearing about tentacles when she showed up.
First things first, Mr. Heartland, I would like to thank you for all of us for helping us and feeding us. You'll forgive our rudeness because everything's a little sideways at the moment.
You're not rude. This is actually part of my job. It's on Orvale's dime. I'm not sure where you're from. Orvale is the god here.
And by God, you mean
The divinity.
Wait, you have, like, you. That.
Do they not have gods
Like-
where you're from?
No, we do, but, like, there's a lot of them. And you're talking like you see him walking down the street.
No, not so much. The walking. Well, if you believe the faithful, his light is all around you. And he gestures towards the window where that strange light is coming in. He says, "Oh, we don't have many gods here. We just have the one. Orvale, the unyielding flame. It's
perks up.
his light that comes from the crystals."
Crystals.
He gestures towards the window and kind of ushers you over. You can see one of them from here, and he says, "Shadesmoor has 3 dawn shards." And he points towards one of them. Give me a second. There's nothing worse than making names and then forgetting what they are. This is the largest dawn shard. Aurelia. City has 2 more that you can't quite catch from this angle. It repels the miasma. The black.
Tony, just checking. When you said this is, were you pointing to something? Because we're on the landing pad.
He's pointing towards the dawn shard.
Oh, he's just pointing. Okay, gotcha.
Oh, that reminds me. You would have seen a couple of these people. Let's see if I can do this without fucking it up. Only you can prevent forest fires and would have met this man. Nope. the rest of you would have met this man. And if those don't
Dwarf.
show up, I don't know what to do for you.
Okay.
Can you give me like the written of the god's name, please?
Bale Redenbach.
Okay, when you said you remember dying to get here. Like dying, or the verge of death?
I was sick with a disease. Stole my air away from me.
Squinted his beard.
I wasn't expected to make it to the light. And I remember closing my eyes, and I woke up here. I wasn't sick no more. I believe that last time I blinked, that was it. And a lot of people have stories like that. Some of them remember being hurt on a battlefield or from some back alley brawl, being sick. Some just remember getting lost, like I said. And then other rarer accounts, like our archivists, or yours.
Tentacles.
I just had to say, this doesn't strike me as what I would have imagined an afterlife to be like.
That's what I would imagine limbo to be like.
I can't tell you what your culture has. I can tell you most of us don't come from a place that promised this either. I come from a land called Kryn. We don't have an Arvale there. We don't have an afterlife like this that's promised to us.
Does the name Kryn ring a bell to any of us?
You can make an history or arcana check with disadvantage.
They're the same.
That's great.
Sure. Nope.
I was right. It went
Ooh,
great.
same ones again. I'm keep getting the same numbers.
It does not. It does not ring a bell. Now that you're here, like I said, we don't know of any way to escape. The miasma is in every direction. And the only thing that keeps it at bay is the light of the dawn shards. You're very lucky to be alive. It's debilitating. It's a proper terror for those who aren't fit to face it. That caravan was the Bloodsworn. They lead expeditions to an outpost outside the city. It's good timing they found you.
What did the outpost?
A mining camp. Mostly some logging that goes on there as well. A few other earth minerals that are hard to find here in the city. It's called Varric's Reach, if you're inclined.
While kind of listening to them talk, Cyrus is kind of staring off, kind of moving his hand, like with a little bit of light that's come through the window to cast a shadow, and kind of watching as his shadow is kind of trailing a little delayed than it should be, if anyone pays super close attention to that kind of thing. But it's definitely kind of got his attention.
The black is... We're not really sure. We're not really sure if it's full of monsters or if it creates monsters. We call them nightmares or darkspawn. But the leading theory by our researcher is that they're conjured from things that frighten people. So whatever you expect to find in the dark, you typically will.
Sounds rather unpleasant, especially, well, it was while they're naked.
It
That's
wasn't just the creatures, but it seemed like just being out there was detrimental. What do we know about that?
so the creatures, yes, plenty bad on its own. This whole place is different. I don't know about where you're from, but where I'm from, dwarves have long lives. Here you don't. No one lives longer than a century. Dwarf, elf, you get one human life, if you make it that long, and it's hard to make it that long. He kind of looks you over, so I don't know if you expected to have centuries ahead of you. You don't. But this whole place, it's like entropy. Everything is just worse. Healing is slower. Resting is harder. A day's labor takes longer to recover from, and diseases and rot fester faster. You can't heal in the miasma. You have to be under the light of a dawn shard. And being exposed to the miasma over time.
Heal.
He nods.
No, I'm just saying you can't heal others in the miasma.
Can't heal. He gestures towards, like, your battered bodies. Even if you didn't die to the poison, you wouldn't recover from that scrape in the miasma. Give it a month, give it a year. You can't heal in the dark. And exposure drains at your life. It'll kill you in time. Pretty quick. Seems to just get quicker the longer you're in it. And longer exposure can spawn a disease we call ink blight. That'll kill you too, even when you come back to the light.
So we're essentially stuck here, unless you want to part with one of those dawn shards, and that's the case. If I'm understanding it correctly.
No, the dawn shards are a fixed feature. You can get a blessing, though, from the temple. It's a bit of the dawn shard's light to carry with you. It's temporary, but it holds back the miasma. Even repels some of the beasties.
Ava's fingers are itching for her notepad. Start, like, drawing up schematics.
I don't imagine any of us will be ready to leave anytime soon, but is it possible to get some equipment?
What is it you did in your lives before you got here? And that's the other strange thing. You all know each other, right?
Yeah, that's my brother.
No one shows up
Kinda look
together.
up.
Everyone shows up here alone. That's unusual.
Kind of look over towards Cyros, like, should we explain or no?
Aye, our mechanism of arrival may have been a bit strange compared to normal.
I'll turn you up.
You maxed out for me, and I still struggle
Sorry, my mic might have been a bit lower. Is that any better?
a little bit so far.
I'll give a nod towards Kalor. Like that he can talk about it if he wants.
When we got here, we were attempting to stop a ritual to summon something. Something happened to one of the pillars that they were using, and a wave overtook us, and I think it sent us somewhere instead of bringing something there.
Yeah, does the name
His-
Malakar do anything for you?
The brief explanation you give seems to overwhelm him. He raises an eyebrow and gives you this sort of soft, like non-comprehending smile, and says, "I don't know really anything about what you're saying. No, the name's entirely unfamiliar.
Okay.
As for gear, we've got smiths in the city. I could recommend a couple of them to you, but they're not free. If you can get in good with the Bloodsworn, they might see to outfit you. But I told you this was my job. The city has a program for travelers. It's, you get your first week for free. And I have a kind heart, I think. I'll understand if you need a little bit longer than a week. I'll try to help you out, keep you fed and sheltered. But really, you're going to want to plan to be employed before your week's up."
Emma slams her hands on the table and goes like, "No. You've done a lot for us. And I'm sure there's something I can do for you. Is there anything broken, and do you have tools?"
There's always work to find its way around a tavern. I'm not expressly looking to hire, but I don't mind. Maybe trading
The least
this
we
for
can do.
that. But he says, you might want to take the week to rest and explore the city. Feel free to ask me any questions you have, or anyone else you can find. You'll find that we're all generally pretty kind to new travelers. You might be something of a sight. City's big enough that not everyone's going to know everyone, but in this area, you'll stand out.
Mentioned employment. Does that mean that there is a currency?
Aye. We use the anvil. He pulls out of his pocket some iron coins. And you can see that they're stamped and minted. Simply with an anvil on one side and a hammer on the other. Nothing fancy. Where I come from, iron's actually a pretty common coin. A lot of folks come from where gold is more common. Just isn't enough of it here, though. So, we use the anvils. The logging camp employs pretty readily. You can always find work at the farmsteads. The Bloodsworn, if they're taking folks on, although I understand that they've been less and less eager to get out into the black. And whatever else you can find. What was your calling back where you're from?
I make great inventions. I'm awesome and super smart.
Well,
I just like look over at her.
you'll find some tradesmen that might be able to put you to work.
Yeah, especially if they haven't been out in a while, I could probably improve a lot of things here after a lot of sleep.
He gives you a smile. He seems to genuinely like your sort of optimism here.
I'm a tradeswoman, and they're looking for employment. I'm good.
I worked with the Hoppers. The
Said bards.
Harpers. No, not bards. They were
This is a bar. You know what I'm singing.
they helped those in need. They
Ah.
were tasked
Would've
of
liked a
traveling
bard.
around and
No, no, you don't want. You don't want him singing.
Keller will hold out one hand, and he will druidcraft a flower just kind of blooming there.
Oh.
And then his other hand, he will produce flame. It'll be like, I tended to nature and fixed it when it needed to be purged of its evil.
Well, you should definitely seek out the logging camp or the farmstead. Give me a second. I've only ever seen... That's rare. I've only ever seen one other that can do that. Caleb. He's a tender of the spirits or something of that. He seems genuinely marveled by it.
I'd be real impressed when I make something super cool too.
Something with fire and fucking explosions.
Yeah. You ever seen a gun?
How you
Yeah,
feel
good
about
luck finding black powder.
motorcycles?
Don't ruin my dreams.
Look over at the quiet ass dwarves.
That's Dora in frame.
Yeah, he specifically goes and stands next to Door and makes him participate.
How dare I?
he was actually a door back where he came from. If you need one.
Crazy. He's walking and everything.
Suppose I used to be a smith, but recent years have had me like Cyrus there, in the helping people in need. I guess I'll
What do you say when you mean helping people in need? Like, worked for a temple or a mercenary?
no, it's a bit more nuanced than that, I suppose. Saving people from danger. It's a bit hard to explain, I suppose. We worked with an organization that, well, simply put, it tried to stop evil. If that helps at all.
He
I
kind
don't
of
know.
shrugs.
What would an appropriate? Yeah, what would an
Like
appropriate?
mercenaries.
Yeah, kind of.
But not just for any.
Mercenaries and capes.
Well, if you are the armed and armored type, the Bloodsworn are our resident mercenaries. But smiths are always in need. I imagine most of this will only really impede you just to get yourselves on your feet. There's plenty of work if you're looking for it. Plenty of people that need help. Not sure how well any of them can pay, but there's always someone.
And we all stare at Door.
Yeah. But we already introduced him. Was actually a door.
Well, I don't know if you want to stare at me because I never officially said I put clothes on.
Yeah, we turned and I go, ah! You need to
So
grow
clear
that
eyes.
beard a little more.
Why? He's got
Alright.
two of them.
Yeah, you can't see anything. It's all covered.
I don't believe that.
That guy's wearing a wool sweater.
I throw pants at him.
They're just extra pants.
Yeah, he gave
They're
us a
your
bunch of
pants.
things. Yeah, they're your pants.
It's a set of clothes for each of us.
He's
including
still
shoes.
thinking about what they're made of from like an hour ago.
Yeah.
What kind of plant went into this? Can I plant it?
This is made out of my lawn.
Get planted.
I'm just distressed that no one's going to take care of my lawn for X amount of time.
We're also distressed, but for different
all the
reasons.
more reason to get back.
And put on pants.
I hold the pants tightly.
Put them on.
It's a sort of a stress response. It's not uncommon.
This isn't a stress response.
You're gonna be fine, lad. He gives him a thumbs up.
This is just him.
It's very tragic. Most never recover.
It is, yeah. Maybe one of you guys can help him figure out how pants work. I'm
So
gonna.
if you have any questions that you think of, I'll just
leave.
be outside.
Yeah, I'm going with him. Away.
He tries to beat you to the door.
I'm like
I'm
climbing
gonna
over him.
eat food.
Yeah, sit down and eat, I think.
I'll look over towards those still in the room as we eat. So I guess I'll have to find some work around here. At least get some equipment before we can make any trip back to that circle.
I mean, worst case, I'm sure I can try and work with the smiths and perhaps get us some cheap equipment. I'll make it myself. Your sister seemed, I don't know, right? Perhaps she can help there. Otherwise, I think perhaps we just join with the what? I'm fucking drawing a blank. What were the mercenaries named?
The Bloodsworn.
Bloodsworn.
Battleborn. Join with the Bloodsworn there and get out and perhaps look for say perhaps 12 times. Look for that shard of Malachar in case it made its way over here and we can use that to get back. There's got to be some way. And then it was silent.
I have no reason to think that it would have come here with us.
Nothing else did.
You're not wrong, but gotta have something to aim for. Otherwise, we're just stuck here.
Which might be the case. I mean, we didn't stop the ritual.
The rest of them could be somewhere too. Who knows what happened?
Or they could have finished.
I think we'd be dead then, and not here.
We could be both.
Well, even if they had the shards and they finished, whatever part of that was, they didn't have all they needed. At least that's what we have to hope. And we have to do what we can to get back and warn or stop them. Who knows how long we have, or who knows anything about this place. Well, we're gonna need coin, and we're gonna need gear. If we run into creatures like that again, unarmed, we might not be as lucky. I think working with the Smiths is a good idea. If that gets us either faster or cheaper or both.
I think once we're feeling up to it, we need to get familiar with the town, understand more of what's going on as well.
I think we take the night, gather what strength we can, and I guess what is tomorrow, or when we wake, we can go about visit this church, meet with the Bloodsworn, all of that.
Aye, you all look like you had a bunch of rocks fall on you.
I feel like that.
You don't look like the belle of the ball either there, buddy.
No, I feel like shite. You all were, well, you're out for a while, maybe you're a bit rested, but I don't think getting knocked out gets a good rest, does it?
Doesn't have the proper REM cycles.
Yeah. Not that I've been knocked out that much before, but you know, just assuming.
No, it doesn't. It's not the same.
Ava.
She's not in there.
No, she's not.
Yeah, she
Oh,
ran
she-
off with.
There's a naked man in there for no reason.
Yeah, not putting pants on, not saying anything, standing there like a fucking
I think
door.
he said he was taking a shit.
Oh, did he?
Sorry, random big Edgeworth poops. I don't know. I can't translate that exactly, but
Oh yeah,
No, that's actually I speak
It's-
just
it's
enough
pretty
Yanni to know
accurate.
that's what it is.
yeah.
Damn, I think your fluentism in Skylar has transferred.
I just heard him called Edge a couple times, so I figured he was referring to himself.
No, yeah, he's just referring to me taking long shits. Alright, well, I mean, I guess we rest then, right? Because all of us are fucking,
You can
I don't know,
eat
having trouble breathing.
and drink and rest. You can add another short rest to the list.
Oh boy. And Hunter, that's the strength drain is gone. It was just until next short rest.
Is it short rest?
Yeah.
Yay!
I will talk with Harland and stuff and kind of get a look of his place.
I'm out of. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna let you know. I'm out of hit dice at the moment.
Yeah.
But short rest, I'll recover my second wind, so I'll go ahead and use that before the short rest.
I have not lost any.
Actually, a good idea.
Must be nice.
No, I'm at half because I haven't lost any exhaustion yet.
Yeah, I need
Ah.
long rest.
I'm only at 3, luckily.
So glad I got that 2 health. 1 second.
Wait, you're a fighter?
At 1 level of it.
Nice.
Okay.
As much as I want to crawl back in bed, I've just been in bed for a while. Maybe go to the tavern and at least listen in to what people are saying.
I'll join you.
Good.
You two can find your way into the tavern. It's not particularly busy, but it's warm, it's comfortable, and here, as long as you're standing away from the windows, the light seems normal. The light coming from candles and lanterns seems like it's working the way you expect it to. It's only when it's outside and that the light of the dawn shards washes over it that everything seems weirdly muted or unsaturated.
What are they burning? Is it just like wood?
Everything here seems to be conventional. There's no obvious magical lights or sources. They're burning candles and campfires, log fires.
Eva is probably wherever Harland is talking.
He'll get you all around as you show up. Make sure to pour you something. And surprisingly, it's not a bad tasting mead.
Yeah, see where your skills are. How did you get mead here?
We've got enough to make it. Doesn't have all the spices I'd like for it to have. There's no honey. But it's got enough.
Very cool. Wonder if there's a way for us to... Cause I know the things out there are like poisonous or toxic. But if we were to get like seeds and maybe we purified those, we could maybe like set up a little greenhouse or something. And she just starts rambling on things like that.
He tries to keep up for a little while. And he says, aye, that'd be Calum. He'd know a lot. Or maybe Farber Branwell. He's sort of lead of the authority of... And then you just kind of keep going, and he's...
Yeah.
Then he just starts...
He also has adjusted like all the chairs at his bar so that they're equal distance from each other. Those that aren't being sat on, and if they are, she'll be like, "Can you move for a second?"
No.
What? And then try to move the chair with him on it.
I'm gonna go and stop her.
Oh, it needs to be fixed!
Why don't you go see if there's like some carpentry tools or something he has that you can help fix things around here with?
You have tools. Can I borrow them,
Could be a little bit more subtle than that.
please? And thank you.
Better.
Aye.
I'll walk away again.
Suppose. Just... Please keep in mind it's the only sets I've got.
I can fix them if they're not good.
Just need them back.
Okay. Is there anything you need made? Can I do something?
I suppose the door's got a weird squeak to it.
He does, yeah.
Sorry, I don't follow.
Oh, you mean your door, not the one without pants.
Is that his name? Door.
Yeah.
That's... Well,
Yeah.
come from different places, I suppose.
I'm from where he came from, and I still don't really understand. I'm gonna go fix your door.
Great.
Our
Appreciate
door
it.
is far, far beyond fixing.
He'll make himself
Is there-
a... Go ahead.
As they're talking about door, I'll kind of look over at Cyrus and be like, okay, it's been a while, but did he make rain? Door, I mean.
Cyrus takes his pants off and also stands blankly in the room.
Is he taking a big Edgeworth stick too?
Oh, I'm sorry. My dog was doing something. I just got back. What happened?
They were talking about door, and I'm like, wait, were you there? Did door make rain?
What?
When we were fighting that creature, when we first got here.
Oh, I was kind of focused on fighting, if I'm being honest. I heard rain.
I think he made rain. And it's been driving me crazy for the past 4 or 5 days, but I'm trying to figure out why he made rain.
How did he make rain?
That's concerning me even more.
We have no idea he's a cleric, right? He's been hiding that fact from us, from what I remember from session 1.
Yeah, I don't think he's been upfront about it.
Maybe it's some kind of thing he learned to do for his garden.
But you would have figured he would have needed like an item to do that, right? Like the watering can of Ubadak or something.
I guess he couldn't have had that, huh?
I would ask him, but I don't think he can talk anymore.
Just stands there T-posting in the room without pants.
Did you grow a flower out of your hand, though? I'm not there. Is that a character?
Maybe he's just so taken back by... I don't know. It's strange. No
Yeah.
denying that.
Yeah. And then I just go and move all of the chairs slightly askew and go back to sitting down.
I stop everything I'm doing and go and fix that.
This is the whole campaign. Just this back and forth.
That's the kind of thing that drives people with OCD into like a violent rage.
She doesn't have a gun anymore. She's not dangerous.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point.
You have learned a little bit about your environment. You have survived to some degree. You are hurt, recovering, and have something of a timetable. What are you guys going to do? If anything.
Recover and...
Take the night to relax and then rest, and then tomorrow we'll hit the town and see what the fuck is out there.
That exactly. But
Alright.
he just said, but again.
So we
gonna look for
can
Smith.
start some of that, or we can push that into downtime.
I'm cool with either.
I think we can push that kind of stuff at the downtime.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me, at least.
All right. So this is your homework, and I'd like it sooner rather than later, because I don't want to run out of time to react. You are in a city. It has things that a city might be expected to have. A lot of you have posed really interesting questions to each other. You have a wealth of knowledge in a local resident, but he's also pointed out some of these other characters in the city that might prove useful to what you're trying to do, whether it's to meet up with the smiths or to find the various tradesmen that might be interested in employing Avalon, or the farmsteads, the logging camps. But there's other dawn shards, other parts of the cities, the temple. You've got a lot of interesting, well, I think they're interesting, but a little biased. You've got a lot of interesting directions to go. Whether you do that collectively or singularly, try to get that to me soon. Alt 0153.
So I think that we should pursue like what kind of like individual jobs we could do to make some money. Right?
Yeah.
So I think like, I'm sorry, just let you're going in like working for the Smith, Ava going around finding whatever, working at different places or whatever you're gonna do, being a handyman or inventor, and I'm not really worried about what you're doing.
Too much is what she's probably gonna do.
Brian with the thing, and I don't like I don't know if we all want to go do the Bloodsworn thing together, or if you guys want me to go head that way, and like at least start like in that direction. But like I think we should save going to the church to do together, like in RP.
Well,
Yeah, that probably makes sense.
Kalar is gonna want to meet this Calum Tender of the Spirits.
Yeah,
Yeah, like,
He also-
that is something I can go do during downtime. Like, I will go talk to him, and then he was the gardener, right?
He was addressed as the
Tender of Spirits.
Tender of Spirits. Officially, I'm trying to think of what his title would be.
Like religious or
I guess you would say he's the foreman of the logging camp.
not what I thought he'd be doing.
It might be something to run by him. Other interesting NPCs, other persons of note. He mentioned a gentleman that heads up the farmsteads, the temples themselves, the Bloodsworn, the smiths, various tradesmen. So just kind of think where you want to be, send it to me in Discord, or put it in public. If you're doing it privately, send it to me in your private, and I'll try to get you some information out. I'll try to see how much we can resolve text by, back and forth, and then anything that's left over we'll shove into the start of the next session. We'll try to keep the shopping episode out of it for Brian's sake.
I'll make a new downtime channel just for public downtime shit.
Would you guys be okay with me going to the Bloodsworn on downtime, or do you guys want me to wait to do that with you guys?
No, I think that's perfect. And then if there is something that comes up that you think is big, then you can,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think like everyone should run around and see what the options are, and then we can decide what we want to do once we all get back together, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like employment goes, Cyrus has always like worked for the Harper, so he's like doesn't have much skills outside of being an adventurer.
Put his resume together.
Like I could
Update
probably
that
help at a
CV,
lagging
Yami.
camp, but
Muscle. In general.
yeah, but
And I'm sure I could be good in the garden or the logging camp, but I think the Bloodsworn is where we're going to want to focus at the end of the day, because
Yeah,
it'll
we're
get
gonna
us
have
out there and more opportunities to learn what's out there.
maybe I'll see if there's other things I can just do around,
I mean,
so we can save that kind of. I don't know how he wants that all to end up working out. I don't know
Exactly.
Yeah. That's fair.
So we'll
All right,
save
good.
going to the Bloodsworn and stuff for the next time we're together. And yeah, makes sense. Cool.
So just send me what you're checking out, and we'll see, like I said, how much we get through it in downtime, how much we shove into the next session. And that's
Sounds groovy.
all I got.
What's the DC to forcibly put pants on door?
I don't want to tackle that.
I
don't
heard a
wanna-
cackle.
Traumatized, damn it.
Yummy, are you talking to us from the bathroom?
Yeah, from inside the toilet.
No. Although I did take my phone into the bathroom when I was doing the business.
Well, you did mute yourself, I saw, so I appreciate
Thank
that.
God.
He's got very emasculating farts. So that is all I had. Thank you all for showing up. Please
Oh, hell yeah.
enjoy the rest of
Thank
your
you for running.
evenings.
Yeah.
I apologize for being late. I hope that won't be a normal thing.
How dare you?
But it was the only time I could go get food, and otherwise I would not have food to eat for tonight. Only tonight, but the rest of the week.
I guess eating is.
I mean, starving is kind of role playing if you think about it.
Oh, true. That's called
Pretty
method
fitting.
acting.
Yeah, that'd have been great for tonight, but the rest of the week,
You're a Brechtian.